Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for episode 83 of the MeepleCore Podcast, a bi-weekly podcast about board games, video games, music, and nerd culture. I'm your host, Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple, and I'm joined by my co-hosts,
Matt RoBear,
Eric Ledford,
George Breden.
In this episode, we give you our first impressions for the board games Cartographers, A Role Play or Tell, Horrified, and Drop It. We give our thoughts on how to manage a board game collection from storage to culling games, run through our top 5 board games with gimmicks, and much more. If you could take one board game back in time to yourself when you first started playing board games to impress your friends, what would you do?
Haha.
Or what would you bring? Sorry.
I guess I would start with what kind of started a lot of people. So, Catan.
What?
Yeah.
Out of all the board games, as of today, you would take Catan back in time.
It's tried and true.
Well, realistically, when did you start playing board games? Like,
I don't know.
after Catan was released?
That is true.
So realistic.
Way after.
So you go back in time to play it when it came out.
That's right.
Long after. That thing was like 99. I think it came out in 99.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I would bring it back in time earlier.
What is the first thing you remember playing? Like probably, modern board games, obviously.
Probably Dominion?
Yeah.
I think.
Is there a reason why you would pick Catan, though?
I don't know.
It's just the first one you thought of?
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I think I'd have to go with like Pandemic Legacy.
Oh, wow. That would be
that would blow everyone's mind.
Yeah, that would be.
Probably because I'm thinking like, so we're probably talking like middle school, high school time when you had a pretty decent group of friends or something like that.
Yeah, I mean.
Not now.
Yeah, not now. When it's just us.
Right.
Yeah,
well, I guess.
We're terrible friends, yeah.
As of wording the question, I was talking about when you started getting into hobby games or any kind of games, like even at the beginning of your CCG days or whatever, you know, what game would you bring? It's a weird question, but you know what I'm saying? Not like before you were a gamer, but maybe as I guess maybe from what Eric was saying, like what, if you could introduce yourself into the gaming world with this game, what would it have been instead? And it could be from the future, obviously, like right now. Like obviously a lot of people played Catan, but maybe like George was saying, you bring Pandemic Legacy back when you've never seen a game.
And they're like, whoa, co-op and legacy elements.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No?
I was just thinking because around that time I was probably playing more role-playing games. So like
folklore.
That would have been cool too. Like time stories would have been really awesome. Something like that. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Time stories, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cheesy because it's on my top 10, but I really think I would have brought Mage Wars.
Mage Wars?
Yeah. Because, I don't know, it's weird. Mage Wars was probably right around the time I started getting heavy into the board game world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that's a cheesy way to say it because it was really kind of one of the first games, you know, I had been playing a little bit of board games, I guess. When did Mage Wars come out? Maybe I'm thinking this wrong. Mage Wars 2012. Okay, I'm wrong because it was much earlier than that when we started playing board games. Maybe by a year or two.
Mm-hmm. But
I'd been playing CCGs and miniature war games and stuff like that before all that. So maybe I'll pick a different board game. I don't know. Maybe Nations, the dice game.
Oh, there you go.
Because it's simple enough, but it's like, wow, I really like it. It's not as cool as George's pick. I think George's pick is really...
Yeah.
Folklore is also really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, what is up?
Hey.
So we're the MeepleCore Podcast. Jeez, I'm just going to butcher all these words. I had to redo the intro already. Anyway, as always, we're going to talk about what we've been up to since the last podcast and talk about some games and talk about some topics. So, Matt, what has been up? We missed you on the last episode.
Yes. And I guess main reason is because we moved. What we recorded, or you all recorded that Thursday, I moved on that Saturday. So I was doing a lot of getting ready, prepping, trying to finish up stuff. I actually took a half day off on that Friday, came home and broke all the kids' beds down and our... we don't have a waterbed now, but we have a mattress and a waterbed frame. So I had to take that thing apart. And just get everything out in the garage that I could to make it easier to go on the truck. So that Saturday we picked up a truck. I think we picked it up at 9:30. I returned it around 5. It was 3 15-foot truckloads.
Jeez. Sorry. So I didn't get to help Matt. If you remember from the past episode, I was deathly sick and it got worse. When we recorded Thursday, and I think I went to the doctor either the next day or something. I had bronchitis. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah. So I had bronchitis, and then I was like, man, doing the podcast was enough. And I sit at a table for a few hours. So yeah, Saturday, I think I slept just about the entire day, and I slept most of the day on Sunday. And then I'm pretty sure, I can't remember if I called in on Friday or Monday, but one of those 2 days, I think it was Friday, I think it was Monday, because I was still bad.
Yeah.
Man, it was terrible. I've never had bronchitis.
It's pretty rough. I used to get it yearly as a kid.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is.
I've heard that once you start to get it, you get it more often.
I don't want to hear that. Is that for real?
I'm just saying that's what I've heard. I don't
You're
know
more
that.
prone to it.
I used to get it really regularly, like I said, as a kid. And then I didn't ever get it again. But I think once I got out of high school, I remember getting it one more time after that. I always call it the ab building sickness because you cough so much.
Yeah.
It works your stomach out, and your stomach is sore usually after you're done.
Because you're like hacking stuff up.
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrible.
You're done and got a 6-pack.
It was terrible. It was terrible. Terrible. So anyway, what else?
So 3 15-foot truckloads. We're all moved in though, so that's good.
Hey.
Other things I've done, I started playing Borderlands. Not very much. Yeah, Borderlands 3. It came out Friday, I think. But anyways, I picked it up on Saturday. I got lucky. They, as I was buying it, the guy said, hey, would you like this premium copy? It's $99, but it gives you a season pass and some other loot and blah, 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 blah. So means I was get the season pass anyways. Sure. So thanks to that guy at my new GameStop in this area.
Yeah, Matt moved within a mile of me.
Yeah. Other things I've done is, looks like started playing SimCity.
On the phone.
So Tim just saw this and was like, what is this? EA, I hate EA so much. Just because, like, I don't know.
Buy loot boxes,
Yeah,
Matt.
loot boxes.
They suck you in.
Everything they do is like just buy. I don't know if I know you probably don't care about the Madden games, but they're getting blasted so hard on this new Madden right now.
Oh, yeah, because that's how you get, like some of the well-known players and stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's the same thing. I played the Star Wars.
Well, no. It's not a loot thing on there, but it's just Madden just over the years has been the exact same game. Because I remember, I think I went 10 years without ever getting it. And whenever I bought it and picked it up, I was like, oh, this will be awesome. They've had to do so much to
improvements.
And I started playing, and I'm like, it is no different than the game was 10 years ago.
I feel all they do is minor graphic updates and change the roster to make it.
Yeah, it's
that's probably
current.
what it is.
Yeah,
it's
newer
pretty
rosters.
rough. Well, they're rightfully so. They are getting blasted on this last release. So
because it's the same thing.
Just it's bad.
Oh,
it's got a lot of glitches, and people are like blasting it. It's
which is
awesome.
unacceptable considering it basically is the same game over and over. Like, how did you mess it up now?
Anything different? Change some names.
Yeah.
There's some funny screenshots of some of the glitches, like people's faces like getting stuck together, and it's pretty funny. But the SimCity though is you have a city, you build it. It's kind of boring until you get to a certain level when you get to start interacting with other people. So then you can.
So it's a kingdom builder.
No, it is not a kingdom builder. I mean, yes, maybe.
It's not a pyramid scheme.
Well,
but when you
whenever I think kingdom builder, I think of like the you'll get attacked, like Clash of Clans or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not quite like that. Your city can be left alone, but you do have clan wars. But that is up to you.
If you want to fight, you fight.
So you can choose the two PvP.
You don't have to fight, and if people do attack you, it doesn't.
What are they attacking you with?
Yeah. It's like the Hatfields and the
tornadoes?
Clones or something.
Oh yeah, so if you remember from the old SimCity, like some of the disasters that would happen.
Yeah.
So like one of the funniest ones was if you had Tokyo, like Godzilla would come out of the ocean and like trample it. The other ones were just like hurricanes and stuff like that. Well, they've done like all kinds of like silly ones now. It's the the Sim City is more along the lines of like The Sims.
Oh,
Also.
I see.
So it's got that goofiness to it going on.
Like the artwork.
Yeah, the artwork is very like Sims-like and everything. And so a lot of the disasters and stuff that happen is like, I know one of them's like big gloved hands will come from the sky and like smash your buildings.
Stupid.
That's fun.
There's yeah, it's just goofy stuff like that. I think there's one where it drops a bunch of rubber ducks and blows buildings up. So I mean, it's goofy, but
it would have been cooler if there was. Can you do trade routes and stuff like that? Can you trade with other cities to?
Actually, there is a global market, and you can't trade, but you can put things up there for sale.
No, I meant like, can you? It'd be cool if you could take like a railroad and attach it to somebody else's city.
Well, that's why I'm saying it's not a kingdom builder in the sense like there's no world map. You have your city, you have clans and stuff like that, but that's about all you see.
Also, if you attack somebody, it's just who do you want to attack, and it gives you a list.
Yeah, you have like they have like an ocean in between your like 5, 10, however many people you got, and then you can click over and see the other clan. On the right side, and then you just look around and go, let's attack this person.
Yeah, you.
And then
This sounds like instead of hands coming down, they should be thumbs downs.
no. I actually enjoy this game a lot. It's pretty good.
Well,
it's decent.
I do like Sim City. The Sims is meh, but maybe I'll like
I
this.
used to
I
play
don't
some
know.
Sims.
Does it give you the feeling of playing Sim City though when you're building your town and putting your roads down next or putting your businesses together?
Yes, because you do have like
zoning.
You have businesses that put off pollution, so you got to keep the pollution away from your residential areas, or they get mad.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the zoning like you're talking about, but it kind of for that reason.
Yeah,
and you do have to have enough water and waste management and stuff like that for the size of the however many buildings you have.
Gotcha.
So it is very SimCity like, so they've thrown a few other things in there though to just make it interesting. And as silly as it sounds, the little clan war things, they are kind of fun.
That's cool.
And if someone attacks your city, it doesn't affect you really. So
Right.
it's
You destroyed your buildings.
well, no, and it doesn't do anything though.
They come back.
Like
After the war is over, your city restores.
It's just comic relief.
it's almost like Clash of Clans, kind of in that way. Then
I mean, kind of. You always had to repair your stuff in Clash of Clans.
I feel like it had an Irish twang to that statement, right?
In
I'm not
Clash of
hanging around with
Clans-
George too much.
I didn't remember that you had to repair stuff. But
Did you hear it, or was it just me?
You're right.
I didn't
Sorry,
hear it,
you didn't
but-
have to
it's
repair
very
it. You are
possible.
right.
Yeah.
During the wars, though, I guess the only repair is like if they do hurt your buildings, you do get a shield after you get destroyed. I think you have like 15 points or something like that. You can like rebuild your city if you want to get back into the battle, but otherwise you can just get hit and it doesn't affect you, and you can just sit there and ride the war out and not have anything happen.
Gotcha.
So
Let things happen.
yeah,
What else?
oh, that's it.
Oh, okay. Eric, what about you?
Actually, I got into a new game again, or a game that I played previously.
Uh-oh.
Hearthstone. I need you to come back in, get sucked in with me. So I don't think much has changed. I mean, there's new sets out, new cards out. Obviously, I don't think I was going to be competitive again, being gone for a long time. I forgot how long, but it's been a while. But it's been fun. I've been doing mostly the solo campaigns or the solo adventures.
That's what I always liked about it.
Yeah. So I had like 2,200 gold, saved up. So all the new adventures, I just unlocked them and started playing through those.
The thing that kind of turned me off, though, are they still going with like complete randomness on a lot of the cards? Like you play a card and it's like play a random spell.
Oh, there is stuff like that. Although you can choose not to put that stuff in your deck, but those cards are still there.
They're still there. Okay.
I mean, I don't see that they're adding more of that stuff. There is a lot of stuff that like get a random card, but not do a random spell.
Yeah, I kind of have booted it up every once in a while because it's on my phone, and we'll do like a mission or two or the tavern or something.
Yeah.
I really like the tavern.
Well, the solo adventures are kind of like some of the taverns.
Well, yeah,
where
because they've got like a puzzle you figure out and you build a deck specifically for it or whatever.
There's stuff like that, but some of the ones I've been doing now is you play through 8 bosses.
Right.
You start with a specific deck, and then you add on to the deck every boss that you defeat, you get to add like a treasure, which is a really good card, and add.
Is that deck only for that adventure, basically?
Yes.
Oh, so they made it to where you didn't have to have a good collection to be able to do it. It's
Right.
just-
Yeah.
It's given to you.
Right.
Well, that's
So,
kind of neat. Then.
as you play through it, you're trying to unlock more treasures and more cards by defeating bosses and by doing specific things. Like play so many minions, and it opens up a new power. The 2 cost player powers. So it gives you new powers. So it's pretty fun.
Well, cool. Anything else, or
No, mostly just that. Been playing a lot of it.
in Star Wars?
And Star Wars, yeah.
Yep. What about you, George?
Well, I've not done a whole lot. I've got some TV that I've watched season 2 of Warehouse 13.
Oh.
So I've been getting into that still.
And then we said there was like 8 seasons or something.
I called him an expert, and he's like, "Well, I thought for some reason you watched the whole series, but I guess I was wrong."
Maybe not.
No,
8.
no. I just started watching once I got the board game, so I'm just
Gotcha.
getting to the end of season 2, and then in season 3 is when the one of the characters shows up who's actually in the board game. So I at least need to get through season 3 to know what he's all about.
Right.
Ah, gotcha.
How many seasons do you think?
I think I've seen 4 that are on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
But there might be more. I don't know.
Okay.
So I've been watching that and really not much else because I've not had a lot of time. The other thing that I've been doing is physical therapy a lot for my hip. I had hip surgery over the summer, and now I'm trying to get back into where I'm playing soccer.
Oh.
And so the other day, the physical therapist said, and this is after we've worked together a while, and they said, so I'm going to check with your doctor to see if they think you should go back to soccer. And I said, well, that's fine, but
I'm doing it.
honestly, yeah, like my doctor doesn't make that decision. So I go ahead, so I called the doctor anyway, and they said it's fine. So
Cool.
yeah. Well, it just surprised me that they even brought it up.
Right.
Yeah, well, we'll see if you're allowed to do this.
Yeah.
It's like, what about a child?
Yeah, no, it's happening.
Maybe
So-
you're more prone to
I guess
injury there.
see if there's any risks.
Right.
I mean, there's risks.
Right.
There's
true.
always risks in sport. So whatever. Okay. And then, the other thing is I've gotten some games that have come in, from Kickstarter. Jetpack Joyride is.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about this one.
That's a Lucky Duck, production, and they usually make pretty good ones. I haven't tried it yet.
Have you actually played the app that was based off of?
No.
Oh, it's super fun. Super fun. Actually, if I had it on here, I'd have you play it while we're talking. It's like it's one of those. It's one of those running games where you know how like the games on the app, like there's a Temple Run and stuff like
Temple
that.
Run. I know that one.
It's like that, but it's from left to right, and you have a jetpack. And so when you hold the button down, your jetpack goes up, and you let go, and you fall down. And you're trying to collect coins and do all this stuff.
So it's like Flappy Birds or something.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
So when you're playing it, you play it for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then you die. And it's basically just to see how far you go. And so that's why in the board game, when you're laying out all those Tetronimo pieces or whatever they're called.
Yeah, and there's a timer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you'll see on the board,
No.
the board comes out, and that's right. The timer kind of makes you make mistakes because you might run out of pieces because you only have so many pieces to do certain shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to go over those bombs or whatever they are.
Yeah, and it's the kind of Mondo or Galaxy Trucker thing where everyone's grabbing out of the same pile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was really excited about that.
yeah, it should be good.
I don't have it on my phone.
Oh well.
I must have deleted it.
So I've got that one. And then the other one I'm really excited about is called Awkward Guests. And that is a, like pure deduction game that has, 300 or something cards in it. And then each case, it gives you a certain assortment of these cards. And from the information, you have to actually deduce things. So it's not like you're just checking off, it was Colonel Mustard in the library. Like you're not just figuring out simple stuff like that. You can actually you have to see where people were in the mansion at different times and who was lying about who and like actually figure out the case. So,
That's pretty cool.
Pretty excited. Tom Vassell, reviewed it and said it was the best deduction game he's played.
Nice. Looking forward to that then.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Matt, you missed out on a game night and the last podcast where we played Awkward Eyed Spies. Or Shifty Eyed Spies. I'm real quick because everybody's heard this from the last episode, but basically you get a player color in front of you from a deck it's going to be one of the other players, and then a location. And on the table, you have these 4 stand-up locations, like a newsstand or a fountain or whatever. And then what you're trying to do is I have, like, say you're the red player. Say I have the red card in front of me. It's face down. So I know I have the red player's card and the fountain. So I have to look at you and wink or like, and then point or kind of look around I have to look at you to let you know I have your color person, and then you have to kind of get my attention and tell me where we're going to go. And so on my turn, I can be like, I have the red player, and Matt told me that we're going to meet at the fountain. And if you flip over the fountain, we both get a point. But the problem is somebody else can watch and be like, wow, Matt, Tim's got Matt's card. And you throw out your little like call out binocular token or whatever. And if I reveal on it, he was right, he steals my point. But if he waits even longer to see where you're trying to tell me where to go and then calls out our entire plan, like Tim's trying to meet Matt at the fountain, then he steals both of your points.
And the best thing is the only way you communicate in the game is with your eyes. Like,
because if you're too obvious, people know. So basically what's weird about it is you're winking at other people that you know, it's just really awkward, and like other people's wives and stuff. It's just kind of
secretly winking at them. Hey,
it was.
Who are we meeting?
Although it was really awesome. Yeah. It's such a fun game.
That sounds neat.
Yeah. So anyway, for me, I've only really been doing 2 things. I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 still on the Switch. That is a time sink. Dude, I looked up how long to beat it.
It's like Hearthstone.
Yeah, but it's one game. But it's not like a repetitive game like that, which those games are meant to be time sinks. This is an RPG where it's 60 hours
you just
to
said
casually.
RPG. There you go.
Right. It's not MMORPG. Most RPGs are like 20 hours. This is a 60-hour casually go through the game to beat it. It's 140 hours to complete everything.
Wow.
It's Skyrim level of, except Skyrim you can beat real fast, I think. Right, like the main campaign.
Yeah, if you just want to go through the main quest.
Right, it's almost like too short.
Skyrim is, it's all about the side quest and exploration and everything makes it so long.
Kind of feel like it's getting to be a slog somewhat because the way that the combat works, even the trash mobs that you fight on the way to the boss take you like 2 minutes to kill. It is 2
minutes doesn't seem like a long time.
Well, no, think about other games though. I mean, you might go through and you fight a battle and it's like 30 to 45 seconds. This is like MMO style. You're fighting it for 2 minutes. It is long.
Like multiple times you have to.
No, you fight one guy. He has a boss health bar that other games would have. And then by the time it dies, you're like, okay. And then you go and fight the boss and it's like a 10-minute battle.
Oh, gotcha.
So the problem is you don't have that many special abilities. You have like 4 buttons, obviously. Mm-hmm. You have 3 special abilities and then one that you can do pretty much when you've done like a bunch of normal abilities. And then you can, it powers up or whatever. And you can switch to other weapons and do those things. It doesn't seem like there's enough there. Like like for instance, I gave Guild Wars 2 kind of crap because you only had 8 abilities at any one time.
Yeah.
But it worked out really well. In this, I feel like 4 abilities is almost too little. You can't switch to the other characters. So you can't tell them anything. It's not like Final Fantasy 12 where you can set up these gambits and have them perform certain ways based on criteria. Mm-hmm. Like, I want you to heal only when people are at 30% health or more. Mm-hmm. Or I want you to cast Thunder as your primary attack and stuff like that. You can't customize any of that. So it's still a really good game. I don't know if it's going to be one of those games where you have to play it for a very long time before you start getting really into it. Put it this way, I'm 24 hours in and it's still giving me tutorial information. Like every once in a while, it's the blink of screen. It's like, here's how this works. I'm like, what? How long have I been playing this? And I check, it's like 24 hours and you're still giving me stuff on how, like game mechanisms, not just simple things.
I played that Xbox game. It was Dying Light, I think. I was like, 6 or 8 hours in or something. And there's a progression bar on the top or somewhere in the menu, I think. And it was like 2%.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness. It's going to take me forever.
Yeah. So I think this one's going to be one of those that takes forever. And there's an expansion. So it's not annoying me enough to quit.
It's kind of like a Lifetime game.
It's going to take forever. But it simulates a MMO as a standalone game or as a single player game. You got 4 players in your party and it is really fun. I don't know yet, and Matt, I watched Bird Box.
Oh,
blah.
Oh.
I don't know, man. Here's what I'll say. It felt like a 2-hour TV episode. That's I guess what I mean by that.
I really liked it until like I liked the first 3/4 of it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So here's how it works. I didn't know Netflix did this, or at least this is how it does it on the PS4. You go over to a movie and you're like, oh, what's this? And it starts kind of playing. I thought it was playing a trailer in the background.
Yeah, it'll start the movie for you.
It is starting the movie while it has like your options on the side. No, like, I'm like, okay, I'll just watch the trailer. And so I sat there for a minute, and then like, the stuff faded out. Like
it gets going pretty quick though. So,
dude, the first 10 minutes of that movie is why I watched it.
Yeah,
I was just like, wow, this is okay. All right, cool. This sounds like a really cool trailer. It's been 15 minutes. I was like, did it just play the movie without me doing anything?
Yeah.
And it does. So I end up watching the whole thing, and I think, spoiler alert, but I don't really care. Basically, once it gets to the point where people are driving around in cars because they're insane and stuff, I was like, dumb. Actually, the insane thing, they could have just,
people or whatever.
That's idiotic. That was a poor choice. And also, the fact that everybody is a robot is a poor choice.
I don't remember that.
Like, the kids literally have zero fear. They don't care. They almost drowned in the river. They're just like, oh.
They're not literal robots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Did you get that too? Like, I felt like the acting was crap.
We're talking about girl and boy?
Yeah, girl and boy.
Yeah. The kids, I would have felt better if something happened to one of them. I'm not saying that because I thought it would have been more
impactful
along with the movie.
Right, like a climactic thing or whatever.
Because the movie did not have happy ending written all over it. I don't see how.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for the most part, you're right. I think it started off strong and then it just kept going downhill the entire movie.
Yeah.
I think you're right about the part where the people were driving around in the cars and like gangs attacking people. That was really dumb. Mm-hmm. But but when you started talking about it, I thought you were going to be talking about when they were driving around in a car completely blind. Just let's all get in the car and drive when we can't see.
Because the GPS stuff still works.
Yeah, and that should be fine. That's a good plan.
No, it will not. You know what controls GPS? Satellites.
Right. The satellites are still going to be up there.
If the TVs were out, the satellites were gone.
No, TV has to have someone broadcasting it.
TV has to have people, satellites.
But the
satellites, they're still controlling it. If nobody's at a power plant to be there to provide the power, then the place that controls the satellites loses communication.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but GPS doesn't tell you if there's a car in the road that you're driving right into.
Right.
Well, that was the camera system on the car. So like newer cars do detect like collision within like a few feet. So it's like, you're going to back up into something. You're going to you hit something, so I get that part, but the GPS tracking you on the road, there's no way. I guess it was soon enough that it's okay to maybe be feasible. Cause I guess maybe some of the radio stations and stuff are still broadcasting, but I just don't see, cause what was that, like a week or so in or something, maybe 2 weeks. All right. Maybe it was close enough, but you can't, I think what I'm trying to say is if you have a movie where you're taking out infrastructure, like TV stations, or you're taking out the radio, it's hard for me to also think that one form of communication is going to work still, especially when they're using hand radios. Like, because if the telephone system's down, the telephone system is probably more reliable than GPS going through a satellite.
Well, that's true. My GPS messes up all the time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, I don't know.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Right. What?
He's in the movie.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's the big tall blonde guy.
He's the one who steals the car.
Yes.
I didn't know
with
that.
the one chick. Yeah, it's Machine Gun Kelly.
Wow. Huh. He didn't do a bad job.
Yeah,
with his
he went awful.
lines. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He did okay as Tommy Lee in the Motley Crue movie too. So.
Wow, I didn't know he. That's cool.
Yeah, he was Tommy Lee in the Netflix Motley Crue movie. Yeah,
it was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like the best thing in the world, but I mean.
Yeah. Well, I'm not upset I watched it, but much like Destiny 1, it was the best mediocre thing I've ever done. So it was just like, all right. I remember the whole movie, so I don't know if that's a testament to how my memory is now or if it was that memorable. Because, I mean, there was some cool stuff that happened, I guess.
Yeah.
But Anyway, that's Bird Box. Let's move on to some news. We got a couple things here. George, tell us about some Everdell expansions that were released.
Yes.
Or coming out on Kickstarter.
So excited. All right, let me find it.
He's so excited to spend all his money.
That's true. They are too expensive. The Everdell expansion, the first one was too expensive. And these are as well. I think it's $64 for the...
What?
Oh, for the two?
For the two new ones, yeah. So
that's not too bad.
Yeah, considering...
Together?
Yeah, but considering the other one was what? Almost that much with tax and shipping. Anyway, so this is not with shipping either. So it's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
But it's going to be exciting because they're adding two expansions. One is called Spirecrest and the other one is called Belfair. And so Spirecrest is one where you are going to be going out traveling with a rabbit traveler. So like you have the frog that goes to the river. Now you have a rabbit that goes out into the wilds and just goes on these quests, these missions, or just goes out and finds what's out there. And so you go to these faraway lands and there's a new board for that. And you can find things there like these giant critters that you then become friends with and get to ride with a saddle.
Now we're talking. You find mounts.
You get this huge meeple and there's a saddle you put on it and you can put your littler meeple on top of the saddle.
Right.
And they're like giant critters and they haven't revealed all of them yet. But I like how they're doing the Kickstarter because they're saying it's all unlocked or
like there's nothing locked that you have to unlock as the campaign goes. No stretch goals.
They're just going to reveal it slowly.
They're just it's already there. They're like, the more you give us, the more we'll reveal about the game.
Oh, okay. So even if they don't get it's going to all come out no matter what.
Yeah.
It's not like some things are going to be cut off the end.
Right. So now they're going to have 8 large creature meeples, but so far what they've revealed, there's a moose and a wolf and an eagle and a mountain goat and a bear.
No.
So you get to ride those around and go traveling, and they're basically player powers because they give you an ability. Like each of the critter meeples does a thing. So that's nice. And there are these cards where you can go discover things. There's also going to be weather cards that are severe weather cards. I don't know if I'm going to like that because it's going to be all negative stuff. Like, you don't get berries this turn because, there's a drought or something.
But does it affect everybody the same?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So just like an event deck that comes out and it's like,
yeah, that's
not as bad as putting single target, like take that cards.
Right. No, that's true. I assume it'll be for everyone. I'd find that out. Let's see what else they have. A bunch of new Meeples sets that are coming out. So there's like lizards and cardinals and just all different kinds of animals. So I think altogether they'll have like 15 or something.
Wow.
So, and then the next expansion is the Belfair expansion that allows you to play with 5 or 6 players. I don't know if I want to do that because it's already a pretty long game.
Right.
But whatever. It's, it's more stuff that you get and more people can use those meeples that you're getting.
Right.
But it also is a celebration, 100-year celebration of Everdell. So, there's contests and there's awards that you can get that, there's just more ways to get points. Like if you had the most plants, then you win the horticulturalist award or I don't know, whatever it's called. So something like that. And all the 6 players will get their own personal boards where you put your meeples and you put your resources, and they're all different artwork. So you might have a board that looks like it's a pond area, and someone else has artwork that looks like it's an underground tunnel or something, like for the hedgehogs or whatever. So it's just nice. It's just nice. More theming, more art.
Right.
Lots more cards, different events that you can do, and
just it has tons of cards already. So.
Yeah, there's a whole lot more. Oh, and also a board that you add on instead of the Evertree. So that you don't have the tree. If you had 5 or 6 people, the tree would really get in the way.
Right.
So this is a way to just play the game without having the Evertree, which I don't know. I like the Evertree.
I do too. Yeah. You can still have it, but you're not using it for the cards.
Right. So there's all kinds of modules and things. It's going to be good.
I left my thing down. Here we go. Terra Mystica, Eric.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you even have the first expansion?
I do.
Well, there's another one.
Fire and Ice.
Yeah. This one's called...
I haven't played it, but I got it.
Merchants of the Sea.
I'll get that one, too.
And it comes with...
play it.
I'm just going to kind of read this off so it'll make it easier.
Basically.
Did you look up?
Yeah, I know some information about it. So you're going to get another board.
That's the shipyard?
Yes, the shipyard board. And you're going to be able to make these ships. I mean, you're going to go through the river and kind of do... I'm not sure if it's really a trade, but the further along you go, there might be something that allows you to go further, but you're trying to trade with other people's buildings. The better the building, the bigger the payout. So, you might be able to go to, I forgot what they start with. Those little houses that might give you like a worker and something else. But if you trade with one of their bigger buildings, you're going to get, something even better. So, other than that, I'm not sure what else it adds, but mostly it's going to be that shipyard and doing those runs.
Do they have to agree to trade with you, or is it just a thing that happens?
No, I think it's just what happens.
Okay.
I think it's one of those things where, especially with Everdell's expansion or Terra Mystica, if you already know the game, you probably already know about the expansion. But if you didn't, dive into this.
Yeah, all in play.
I guess it was at Gen Con, but I must have missed it.
Oh, really?
Not for sale at Gen Con.
Like a demo or showing it off?
Showing it off, at least.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I don't remember actually, because I think it's Z-Man. Is that right? I think it's Z-Man. I don't think I remember going to their booth at all.
Yeah, me neither.
Or maybe it was kind of encompassed with Asmodee, like it was at Origins. Well, anyway, go ahead.
Does Gaia Project, which is like Terra Mystica, does that have any expansions at all?
I don't think it does.
I don't think it does. Mm-hmm. So there's 2 for Terra Mystica now and nothing for Gaia Project.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know if Gaia Project received as much attention as Terra Mystica.
Although a lot of people that have played it like it better. I haven't played it, so I like Terra Mystica better.
Well, yeah.
There is a Root tabletop RPG on Kickstarter at the moment. If you like Root that much, there you go. Check that one out. Lastly, the Saved by the Bell has a reboot coming. It's going to star... Yeah, no, it's kind of weird. It's going to have at least Mario Lopez and Elizabeth Berkley.
But no Zach.
You know what? The funny thing is, as I was looking up information on this, he's like, they didn't even ask me.
Right.
I saw the announcement when you all did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Supposedly he's on
ABC.
He's with like ABC and their, competitors or something, so he wasn't asked. Terrible idea.
That is.
But apparently, according to the storyline, he's like the mayor of the city now, like Zach is, and he's done something that made like low income schools like lose their funding or some problem with the funding, and so like it's going to focus around some of that or something. I don't know.
He's in it, but not in it.
Well, as of him finding out and trying, and everybody about like, why didn't they ask you? Why didn't they ask you?
They're working him in now,
I think now he's going to guest star as much as possible.
Huh.
Like I get when appropriately or whatever.
Right. When you see the mayor, you don't see the mayor very often.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to say. This is going to be terrible.
Probably.
It's going to be terrible. If you don't get the original people back for your reboot, you either reboot it with a new cast and kind of go through the same steps that the original went through, because it's a reboot.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say this is going to be a reboot because they're not in school anymore.
This seems like a continuation of the storyline. You know how they came out with like, what was it? Saved by the Bell, like the After Years or whatever it was called.
They had the college time.
The college years, yeah. The After Years was actually, if you didn't know this, it's a Final Fantasy IV game. Did you played the original Final Fantasies, right?
No.
Never mind. Anyway, well, if you're curious about that, they did Final Fantasy 4, 5. I don't remember which one, but they're on the iOS. There's a sequel to it. It's called the After Years. Pretty cool. Anyway, it's just, I don't know. If you're going to make it take place in the same world, just in the, in current time, and include the same characters and same people playing those characters, you probably want to get most of them back. Otherwise, it's going to be garbage.
Well, 2 of them they won't get back.
Like Dustin Diamond?
Yeah, he's one. And then the girl that played Lisa Turtle, I think she's kind of like had some mental issues.
Oh.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
And then Dustin's had a lot of legal.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah, serving time and doing some crazy stuff, right.
Maybe they should have focused on an actual reboot with a cast playing like kind of the same characters.
Yeah, but who knows?
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
I've got 2 bits of news real quick.
Oh, do it.
Final Fantasy VIII remastered.
Yeah.
So there's that. There's nothing else to say. And I'm totally pumped about this. I don't know much about it, but evidently there's a He-Man movie in the works.
Boo. But
No.
You know what? All right, cool. If they ditch the haircut and they actually have a good script, it might be cool.
Yeah, keep that haircut.
No.
So there's going to be probably like a...
Are you talking about because of the first He-Man movie?
Not that
there was
haircut, just the mom haircut that he had.
Just the haircut in general on He-Man?
He's got like bangs and like the long hair. Are we talking about the same He-Man?
He has like a bowl cut.
Yeah.
That's not a bowl
he's
cut.
not going to have that haircut.
That was like
He's
bowls.
gonna have
What else would he have?
Well, I mean, Dolph Lundgren
age.
didn't have that haircut.
He had like a mullet with spiky hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's ditch that one too. It's like,
Wait,
I'm just saying they didn't make him have the bowl haircut. So
oh, that's true. I see what you're saying. Just because they made a movie back then based off the cartoon, but they changed his hair for the movie.
Yeah.
For the worse.
Yeah.
so Tim, you're saying you can't handle the movie just because of the haircut?
That's pretty bad. I mean, it looked like a shirtless, very buff twisted sister on stage, like wielding a sword. Am I wrong?
I mean, I don't know about Twisted Sister, but
It was hairband quality.
Maybe.
I forgot what he says.
Who?
He-Man.
I have the power.
That's
Have
what
the
it is.
power, yeah. By the power, Grayskull?
I have the power. Yeah. I don't know. It could be exciting, especially if they put the right person behind the story.
Well, the story, because I was going to say, supposedly, what is this dude's name? Noah Centineo is who they have cast for it. He's kind of like a Netflix heartthrob right now.
Oh, yeah?
He was in a movie called Sierra Something is a Loser. I can't remember exactly what the name of it was. He's a good-looking dude, I guess, but he's not very big. But I mean, you can transform that.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, there's obviously you
can Tom Cruise it up.
There's supplements.
Put him in a box.
What's this? That's him right here.
Yes,
He's tiny.
Like, he's not buff. They should just have The Rock did it and get it over
I don't
with.
see his body, but just from his face and
well, I mean, he's a kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's a kid.
Yeah.
CGI.
Oh, well, maybe it's taking place like before he was old, or maybe they make it more realistic.
He-Man wasn't old.
Yeah,
Not old, but
He-Man was like probably
He
not
might-
even 20 yet.
Oh, I don't
He was a
think
prince.
so. He was
yeah,
at least.
man,
in,
he looked like The Rock
Nah,
with Fabio hair.
Those people weren't. He wasn't
He
that
was a-
old.
I would say his
He
late
got
20s.
traded like a kid by his dad.
Maybe I didn't watch enough of it.
I don't know that you're going to find an age.
Typed
on
it
him.
as one word. Listen, how old is He-Man? The 16-year-old Prince Adam was
Thank
summoned
you.
to Castle Grayskull.
What?
Whatever.
He is the
What
oldest
kind of
looking.
He was constantly
16-year-old.
treated like a little kid. That's,
what kind of 16-year-old looks like that? That's abuse of steroids. I'm just saying.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, I found a new picture and his neck's pretty big, so he might be kind of buff.
Well,
like
actually,
I said,
they're probably going to make it more realistic than the actual cartoon.
I know,
Because
right?
he's going to look like a 16-year-old prince.
yeah.
All right, cool. I'm excited about
the,
now.
The biggest thing I'm excited about, actually, because the first movie was just called He-Man. This one is actually supposedly going to be called Masters of the Universe.
That's what the first movie was.
No, I don't think it was.
I don't
think it
even
was just
remember
called,
our first
The
movie.
live-action movie is called Masters of the Universe.
I thought it was just called He-Man.
Let's see. Masters of the Universe, 1987. It's called Masters of the
Was it?
Universe. Yeah.
There's something else that they're putting in there, though, with the title that it's telling
Subtitle.
you it's not going to be like in our world. It'll be in Eternia.
Good. Because that storyline was
Yeah.
straight garbage.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So it will actually be. It'll be more to the.
So they're not going to go to like any kind of fast food restaurants?
No,
They
no,
made it
yeah.
into. Oh, no. So the last one, they made it in our world, modern time.
Have you not seen it?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty
I've not seen
bad.
it.
There's like
That-
he
that
gets
sounds
sucked
awful.
into our world. And,
Yeah, it's like a
no.
trans-dimensional. It's basically every action film from the 1980s.
Well, it's so they don't have to actually build sets.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true too.
Well,
But the one of the coolest thing is, I think recently the Honest Movie trailer guy did a Masters of the Universe thing. That's only why I'm so up to date on it at this point. Let's see, when did he do it? He did it in August. He did it. Oh, maybe that's not it. Hang on.
The live action movie?
Yeah. He did it within the last month.
Oh, really?
Have you ever seen Honest Movie trailers?
Yeah.
He did one for Masters of the Universe, like within the last month. I would assume because of the announcement of the new movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So makes sense.
Only reason why.
Yeah.
Well, the next question is, who's going to do the board game? Is it Simon?
No, hopefully Gale Force 9. No, because then it'll be good.
Them or Cryptozoic.
Somebody's
No,
going to do
if
it.
Cryptozoic does it, you might as well just not even buy it. Sorry, Cryptozoic, but you make garbage games.
And there's Power Rangers now, like out right now.
Who made that?
Is it Come On?
No, I think it's like,
Oh,
I remember walking by it.
I do too.
All right, somebody's.
well, anyway, somebody check that out while I'm plugging some Humble Bundle. Anyway, if you want to support the show, check out MeepleCore.com. Click on the orange link that says Humble Bundle Partner Link. It will take you to Humble Bundle, in which you can buy a bundle of games, a bundle of books. If you want to learn cybersecurity, there's a bunch of books up right now for like $15, and you get a ton of books to learn cybersecurity. There's a bunch of games out right now. There's 11 bundles, I believe, up. By the time you hear this, some of those would have dropped off. But if you subscribe to Humble Bundle monthly, you get the BattleTech game that came out last year for $12. In addition to that, you're also going to get the other 5 or 6 games they release at the end of the month. So you'll get a ton of games just for $12. That BattleTech game looks really awesome. If I had more time, I'd probably play it, but lower on the priority list. Either way, anything you do on humblebundle.com through that partner link at MeepleCore.com will help us out as a podcast. And we are still thinking about doing the Patreon thing. So stay tuned on that. We just got to think of some content for Patreon. Maybe I'll just throw it up there, see what happens, and make some more content later and surprise people. I don't know. Anyway, just visit MeepleCore.com, check out the partner link. And anybody look that up?
Yes, it was Renegade Game Studios.
Renegade. There we go. Cool. Well, we got 3 games for you this episode. As always, we have Cartographers, a role-player tale, Horrified, and Drop It. So the first game on our list is Cartographers, a role-player tale.
Designed by Jordi Aiden, artist is Luis Francisco and Lucas Ribeiro, and published by Thunderworks Games.
So in Cartographers, it's a roll and write game, but more of like a flip and write, because there's no dice. You just have cards, and these cards flip out, and you're going to draw the shapes that they tell you to on your graph paper, essentially. And you're trying to draw them according to some scoring elements that are out there. Otherwise, you can kind of put these pieces anywhere that you want on your graph paper. There are some little mountain spaces that are on there that you can't draw onto, but you can draw around. And there's some ruin spaces. So basically, the game's played over 4 seasons. Each season, you'll flip out a random amount of cards, because each one has a time on it. And whenever the time equals or exceeds the threshold of that season, you do scoring, and then you reshuffle everything, and you do it again for the next season, so on and so forth. So at the beginning of the game, there's actually these 4 cards you put down, A, B, C, D. Then you have 4 sets of scoring cards that you'll shuffle up and take 1 card from each, and then shuffle those up and place them out on those 4 letters. And so at the end of the season, if you're familiar with Isle of Skye, it's basically the exact same scoring idea. So at the end of the first season, you will score cards A and B. At the end of the second, B and C, then C and D, then D and A, so that each scoring card gets scored twice throughout the game. When a card comes out, it's going to tell you what type of terrain you have to draw, and it's going to tell you what type of shape it needs to be. So maybe you might need to draw a river, and it gives you some options possibly. So it's like you got to draw river terrain, and you can draw a straight 4x1 or like a T shape or whatever. And you choose somewhere on your mat, on your graph paper to do this. And then you flip out another card. And each of these cards, like I said, has a time at the top left. And that's how long it's going to take, or how long the season is. So, once the last card comes out that breaks that threshold or equals or exceeds that threshold, you're done with that season. Sometimes a ruin card comes out, and what that means is the next card that flips out must be drawn on top of the ruin spaces on your on your graph paper or cartography sheet, whatever you want to call it.
Your map paper.
Your map. I guess that's true. You're mapping this out, which is why it takes so much time, because bigger areas take more time to map out. And there are when some of these give you choices, you can draw a smaller version of that. So if you got to draw that river, you can choose one that's only 2 spaces and you'll get a gold. Gold, until I tell you otherwise, is simply just a scoring thing. So when you get gold at the end of each season, you'll get points for how many gold coins you have. So getting gold coins earlier on is better than getting them later because you'll score it for each season that you have it. You also get gold if you fully surround one of the mountain spaces, orthogonally or whatever, orthogonally. And the last thing is the ambush cards. So at the beginning of each season, you'll shuffle in one of the ambush cards. And if it gets revealed, you do it and you discard it. Otherwise, if it doesn't come out, then you'll shuffle in another one for next season and maybe 2 come out, etc. What happens with the ambush cards is it tells you to pass your sheets to the left or right. And then that player is going to draw an attack on it, which is basically just a weird shape that they'll draw on your paper. And at the end of each season, for every space orthogonally that is adjacent to a bad guy space that is not filled in, you'll get negative points. So most of the time it starts off as like -6, -10 points. So it's something you really need to deal with. And plus it gets in the way and all that other jazz. And then, like I said, you play through all 4 seasons and you're going to add up all the points for all the seasons. And then whoever has the most points wins. The last thing I'll talk about is a little mini expansion that you can get. We were sent this as a review copy, just to be discreet. Or not discreet. Yeah. So he gave us the mini expansion, but if you don't have that, I believe you got it for the pre-order, or you also got it for, if you went to conventions, you can buy it from them.
It's also in a BGG.
Yeah.
On the store
the
now.
BGG store. Mm-hmm. What this does is gives you another way, or a reason to use something to do with your gold other than just scoring points. So you'll shuffle up this little little mini deck of skill cards and you'll flip out 3 of them. And they're on the table, so everybody has access to the same 3. Once per season, you can activate one of these cards, and it does something. You just got to be cognizant of the fact that if you spend a gold on the first round, technically it costs you 4 gold because, each season you get a point. But basically it'll do stuff like it might lower the attack of an ambush down to a 2 square instead of like a 4 or 5 square. It might allow you to change up the terrain type for a specific card because maybe you don't need any village spaces because you're ignoring that scoring mechanism. So you'll change it to like water spaces or something. And then there's a bunch of other ones, but not really necessary to go over them. It's just that might come up in our discussion because we played with and without them. So Eric, what did you think of this one?
Oh, so, yeah, overall I liked it. I haven't played a lot of roll and write games or flip and write games, so not tired out of them. Like some people may, because there have been a lot of them hitting the market here in the last year or so. But I like it because there's a lot of replayability in it. Because every time you play, you're gonna be going for different objectives, and those objectives, of course, are gonna change on when they hit. Also, I like it that you can play with like 1 to 100 different people because basically everybody is doing or adding the same elements to their game board. And that's another thing I like as well is kind of like everybody has the option to do the same things. So everybody can do the same thing, but no one's really going to do the same thing throughout the game.
Right, because
me and Tim might, and we did. The first 5 things, we put them in the same exact areas, and that's possible. But throughout the whole gameplay, we're going to decide to do different things with what's given to us to do, things with.
Well, it also helps that some of the cards give you a choice. So you might choose to do the bigger pattern, but I might choose a smaller one to get the coin.
Right. Or a lot of cards will let you either, you can choose water spaces or desert spaces. And I chose desert spaces for whatever reason, and someone else chose water.
And I guess what you're probably getting at there, if I'm reading into this correctly, is there's no best option for everything you pick.
Yeah, there's no... well, sometimes there probably is a best option. Not knowing... what the future is going to bring, but there is a best.
That's like hindsight, though.
Right.
I'm just saying there's not like you have to make a choice right then, and you made a better choice than me because you see something I did not.
Right. And also it's not, there's not a luck-based aspect to it where I get a card that lets me put out this big desert area and we're going to score on desert. You know, you had that same option available to you. It's just depending on how we're going to use it, which ones we're going to go for. So there's that luck element to it that's not there. I would say I didn't prefer the ambush cards on these type of games. I kind of like these type of games. I like to.
You like to be solitaire?
Solitaire, do my thing, and not have someone, you know, come by and mess it up kind of thing.
I'm going to interject here and say the best part of this game
is what I just said I didn't like.
Is the ambush cards, because here's the thing.
I will say that it is different than many of the roll and writes that I've played anyway. Most of them are going to be more solitaire. This one does let you have some interactivity. However, for me, it lessened enjoyment. It added interactivity, but lessened enjoyment.
I'm looking up a game that we played at Origins. I can't, unless you remember what it is, that roll and write that we played. I'm pretty sure it's a Stronghold Games one. I'll look it up, but
go ahead.
You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, the coolest thing about the ambush cards is in most roll and writes, the entire game is solitaire.
Oh yeah.
And in this one, it gives a little bit of interaction with other players.
Right.
And I kind of like that. You know, I like that you have
take that interaction, which, you know, some people are going to like to take that.
It's pretty mild.
It's pretty easy to like leave it out if you really want it to. Yeah. But I think
so if you didn't like it, you can variant play it and just don't put it in.
Yeah.
Was the game you were thinking of Corinth?
No, it's called. Man, where is it at? Well, keep talking. I'll find it.
Okay.
But
so George, what do you think about it?
Yeah, George, you go.
I'm not sure I agree with you about the fact that when you talk about there are best options, there are better options than others.
Sure.
And I feel like players that sort of see those options and see how the points can go together, they might more likely make the same choices. So without the monsters particularly, you could end up with more samey play in this particular roll and there's no
flip and draw.
Flip and draw.
Yeah. The game was called Second Chance.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't remember the whole thing.
No, I don't know that one.
Well, without going, obviously this is about cartographers, but in Second Chance, 2 cards get flipped out and you choose one of those to draw on your board.
That's right.
And you keep going until basically you're out when you can't fill in any spaces. That game was okay. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I would say this. I like this better just because of the mechanics in this game versus that game.
It kind of feels like it took that. It's like it's like 2 steps up from that game.
I agree.
Yeah.
But not because of the ambush cards.
I like the idea.
It's the different scoring.
Right, it's different scoring.
It's the different ways. Yeah, different ways to score. And also, it just had a much deeper feel on what you're doing here versus what you were doing over there. I think on that game, it was about filling up your board the best way possible.
Well, and filling it up and still having space to draw something, because I think there was limitations to how you can draw. I don't remember it, but
are there enough cards in this game to use that as a variant and draw 2 cards out so that there would be more choice and you could diverge more from each other and you could personally keep track of the time that you took and then end your season when you hit that threshold yourself rather than everyone?
I think the coolest thing about the way they come out. Now, I don't know if I'd like that, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's probably enough cards to do what you're asking, and you could try it out and see if it would work. But I think the interesting about this, I think that might mitigate certain things, because you could do really, really well at the ones that you're going to score the most points off of. And you would probably have more opportunities to be able to do that. I mean, I guess everybody would still have that
Everyone
option.
would still have the same options. They just have more options.
Right. But
more options is always not that good. I like the, you do have some options on each card because you get to, a lot of times decide on one type of terrain or another type of terrain, or even one type of figure versus a different type of figure.
Which is self-balanced because
you're taking up more space.
Right, you either fill in more spaces or you fill in less spaces and get a gold.
Right.
And in most cases, it kind of is a toss-up depending on the scoring that's going on.
Yeah, if you're able to use those spaces to gather up more victory points than getting that coin.
Man, so you didn't like the ambush cards?
I didn't like it. I didn't prefer it. I mean, it was okay, but that was not the part of the game that I liked.
That's interesting. Because I think if they weren't there, it'd almost be too easy to almost score as max points as you possibly can with what's given into you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And there would
I'm
be
okay with that. If you ever could get the most,
Eric likes scoring the max points,
right? I like scoring the max points. But when you incorporate, these ambush cards, I mean, you kind of are doing the same thing now. Is now you're deciding where to put your items. Do I put it here to get me some more points, or do I put it up here to mitigate those loss of points? So you're kind of doing the same thing, but now you're kind of messing up your map. Your pretty map that you've been working so hard.
I don't know. I think it's a welcome thing because I believe that most of the roll and writes are all solitaire.
I agree. And it is different. And if you kind of like that, take that element to it, but add more interactivity. I do like interactivity within games, but maybe not to take that interactivity as much. Although I don't mind to take that interactivity most of the time. But like in this game where I'm creating something, I don't want you guys messing my stuff up.
Well, what did y'all think about the skill cards, with or without?
It's a must.
I did like the skill cards.
It's a must? Oh, yeah.
However, I would have said maybe the skill cards with a variant that, gold isn't scored. Because what I don't like about it is you're spending points to get some points. So you might spend 2 points to get out 3 points. And I don't like that aspect about it as much as I would, all right, you can get gold. You're getting gold to use these cards, and then you're using these cards to get more points. I would like doing that better than you're getting gold, you're getting these points, you're exchanging points to get a little bit more points.
That's all you do in the game is get points.
Oh, that's true. But the points that... the points that you're able to get by using these cards are going to be mitigated by, the coins that you're using. And of course, anything you use in the first season, you have to really get something that's worthwhile that's going to get you more than 4 points, which you typically cannot, at least in the first season.
I think that you should not include it for new players, period. Which I think was smart. I don't know. I don't know if they probably should have included it with the game, but maybe it was one of those mechanisms that's like, we can trim this off and make the game more appealing to more people and not make it in the box and be a variant.
Right.
And it's a cool thing to pick up later. I think that as you play it, I agree with George that they almost become a must include.
It has a little bit more variability. Not only do you have different scoring mechanisms but different scoring elements that you're going for. But now you also have something else to keep in mind that can differentiate what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just a neat thing because, like you don't like the ambush cards, but maybe you can always just be like, let's play with the one that includes the
reduces it.
Yeah. It reduces the ambush down to 2 squares. Because it's worth it. I mean, even if you spend, the 2 gold to do it on, the first round, that's 8. And it takes the attack from, it could take the attack from -10 down to -6. I mean,
it's not worth it.
No, it saves you 4 points, but you can easily mitigate the rest of them with almost 2 cards.
Easier to mitigate, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, I mean, the take that's there, but it gives you a choice to mitigate it heavily, or you can still just do your normal thing and maybe not experience it.
And thematically, you're paying a tribute to the attackers to leave you alone.
Yeah. I mean, the thematics of it's pretty cool because you can meet a dude to cure light wounds or whatever. It's got a lot of cool role player style stuff in it. So I really like it. I mean, it gives you something else to do. I mean, I don't think it slows the game down. It just makes you calculate things a little bit more. Like I could spend a gold here to do this thing and then maybe make 3 more gold in the end net profit. So, but it might be like a gamble too.
Right.
So
I actually didn't find the theme that compelling. It's another one of these where the only connection to role player is the art.
Yeah.
And the general idea of it, which I'm not crazy about. That whole, that theme doesn't grab me. Like, I feel like this one in particular, as cartographers and you go out and make maps, you could do this on the age of discovery, and you could be going and making maps of the new world or anywhere really. But it could be real world. It wouldn't have to be orcs coming after you.
Yeah, I get that, but I think that it fits what they're trying to do with the role player universe. I think this one fits more than Lockup did. Lockup was just like, oh, we made a role player universe. Let's just throw it in there. And I'm like, what? Why? Mm-hmm. This one, it kind of makes sense because the nostalgia of role player was that you're building a character and they made a game out of it. The nostalgia of this feels like I'm making a D&D world map as a GM. And now I'm like drawing one instead, so I kind of get the crossover there.
I can see that.
I didn't get the crossover Lockup. I think they just shoehorned that into the world because they already had the artwork and the theme and the graphic design done. Mm-hmm. And it's like, psh, bam. Yeah. I didn't mind it. It didn't detract from what the game was for me, but this one, I think that it fits pretty well just because I remember being a DM and GM and drawing like maps. And then drawing like dungeons and using graph paper to draw all the dungeons and stuff. And
yeah, they should definitely do a one like that where you're actually making.
That would almost be cooler if it was like you're building a dungeon.
Yeah.
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 I like that.
That'd be kind of neat. Yeah. Building a dungeon. You're just like, here's where the dragon is. There's no way he could have gotten this room. Considering that every hallway is a third the size. But yeah, Matt, you want to add anything or?
It looks cool.
Yeah, we'll have to play it one day once you're done with all the house stuff.
Yeah. Do you play it on paper or is it a dry erase?
You play it on paper, although I think that everybody should laminate their sheets for every roll to write, but that's just, whatever.
Right.
But it does come with a big, thick pad of paper.
It's a huge, thick pad of paper, and even though it comes with pencils with erasers, you don't want to erase. Because it's not like other roll and writes where it's like black and white paper. This is like it's full color, but more or less it's got that weird brown sheet, like like cartographer, parchment. Yeah. And so when you're trying to erase, it doesn't just erase everything. And
I don't think it has a very good eraser on it.
I tried another eraser too, though.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah. It's just.
And you really should play this with colored pencils.
Yeah. I think
it's easier.
I might.
Oh, you're like your desert's yellow and
your water
blue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That would be kind of cool. I might include like a couple sets of color pencils in the box.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be way cooler. Actually, I'd have to include like a lot of them.
Yeah.
My favorite
Maybe I won't
part,
do that.
They're cheap.
One of my favorite parts is that you get to draw your own symbols, really, for the different kinds of things on the map. So if you want to make your cities, with a particular kind of house with little animals in the yard or whatever, you can do that. And if
take as much time as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just waiting for you, George.
I was going to say that I did like that part of it too. It doesn't really matter that you're playing with 2 players or 8 players. It's going to take about the same amount of time. Although it's going to take as much time as one person needs. And if they're going to go and be very detailed, it might slow down the game a little bit.
Yeah, they're drawing like 3D houses. You do that later. Yeah. Just write H, erase those later, and fill it in.
Yeah. I was not doing that.
Yeah, I know. He wasn't that bad. But and then when you give it to somebody else for the ambushes, they can draw like any kind of... I mean, it helps to be thematic with what the card is, but you could draw anything. Like I was drawing...
Yeah.
Little guys with X's as their eyes, like, dead stuff. I saw some people online, they draw like flames burning your land.
Mm-hmm. You could draw one huge monster as long as you take up the right number of spaces. Why not?
That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like a big dragon, but he like, it's in the shape of like, like L shape or whatever.
Yeah. So that's a nice part of it too, that you get some little creativity.
Especially the creativity. They added a crest at the top that's blank and a banner that's blank and a title. So you can actually say like, I'm Tim the Deathbringer, Lord of Plagueland. And then I made like this shield that had like dead faces on it.
Yeah. Nice.
There's no reason. It has no impact on the game, but it's just neat to do. And if you did it with colored pencils, I mean, you could like frame your really cool builds. Or, completed ones. So
you could.
Yeah. I think so far this might be my favorite roll and write, flip to right, whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. I really like the scoring mechanism. That is probably the one thing I like the most. I do like that it's like a fantasy map making thing. I like the fantasy part, but just because I've seen it from the nostalgia of D&D and drawing all those maps and stuff. But you're right. It could have just been, like
any kind of thing.
Christopher Columbus or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But now that I think about it, I think I do like the fact that I can draw any kind of monster I want. That's just fun.
That is true.
I don't have to do kobolds and just
I didn't. I drew like sheep and
killer sheep.
Yeah. Well, cool. Any final thoughts? Anything else you want to say before we end this topic?
I like this one a lot more than I thought I would. I think it's a really good flipping right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yep. I really liked it. Anyway, that is Cartographers, a role-player tale. Next up is Horrified.
Designed by Prospero Hall, artist, no one drew it. Published by Ravensburger.
Somebody drew it because it has pretty good artwork.
Yeah.
We'll get into that part of the review.
Excellent art, yeah.
Yeah. So Horrified is basically a game where you're going to be running around as a cooperative team in this city to try to collect different tokens on these different locations and destroy the three bad guys that you're playing against. You can play with more or less, I believe, with difficulty decreases, but the standard game, from what I understand, is 3, right?
3 monsters is typically it.
Yep. Okay. So if you haven't seen Horrified, it basically takes place with the traditional monsters such as the Thing or
Universal.
Dracula. Yeah. Universal IP monsters kind of deal, like from the 60s, 70s, 80s or whatever, like the horror films from that era. Mostly.
Probably
earlier than that.
Earlier than that. Whatever. But like Dracula, the Invincible Man.
Yeah. Think Abbott and Costello.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so each player gets a character. The character has a special ability, and you're going to draw all these tokens from the bag for the startup and place them on the different spaces of the board. Depending on each token will tell you where they go. Each token has a value, I think 1 to 5. And then you choose the monsters that you're going to play, 6, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, tokens are going out on spaces. There's going to be 3 monsters that you pick if you play the standard. Each one of those has a enemy board that will show you different abilities it has and ways that you have to kill it. And they just kind of start off to the side. It will introduce some things that you might have to put out on the main board or whatnot. And you're going to take their miniatures and place them in their starting locations. And then you're ready to begin. Each player is going to take a turn. And after each player takes a turn, this monster deck, I don't know the actual name, but we're going to call it monster deck.
It's the monster deck.
Oh, God. Boom. Nailed it.
Good job.
Anyway, after a player takes a turn, you flip out one of those cards and you do stuff. So on a player's turn, they have so many actions based on the character they're playing. And those actions are basically to move around a space or to pick up the items that are on a space or to do a scenario objective is what I'm calling it. Like if the monster has something on the board that you have to interact with, that would cost an action. You can cost an action to trade with somebody else who's on the same space, things like that. And sometimes you might have a ability that would cost an action as well. Once you're done walking around, picking stuff up, doing whatever, conversing with everybody to see what the best options are, and you're finished, the monster deck flips out a card. It's going to put new tokens on the board, possibly. And then it's going to activate some of the monsters. And when they activate, they're going to move so many spaces. The card will tell you how many spaces they move and how many dice they roll if they are fighting with somebody or whatever. So if they move, they're always going to kind of move towards the nearest target, I guess, nearest player. Or there's also these villagers that are running around on the map as well. These monster cards will spawn them into play, and they just mostly just stand there until you go and get them and lure them to where they want to go. When you do this, you get a special card, which is like a special ability, one-time use. If they die, though, that's very bad because there's 2 ways to lose this game. The first way is if any of the player characters die or any of the little villagers die, you move up on the track, and when the track reaches the end, you lose as a team. So even if you die, it's not player elimination. Your character still stays in. Next turn, you just pop up, I believe, on your starting location for your character.
At the hospital.
And then you can start doing your turn as normal. The other way you can lose that monster deck is a timer. So when that monster deck runs out, or you can't draw a card for the monster deck, you just immediately lose. The way you win the game, though, is by killing or eliminating the 3 monsters, or however many monsters you're playing with. Once you kill them all, then you win the game. Each one has different ways to kill it. For example, I'll just go over Dracula, and then we can talk about the other ones if we want to. Dracula he starts the game with 4 coffins in these different locations on the board. You have to pick up all those tokens that are on these different spaces are red, yellow, blue, and you have to pick up so many of the red ones to go and smash a coffin. Because the red ones are kind of like, I guess they are just a bunch of different things, or the red ones thematic
like,
to weapons.
Weapons.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And the blue ones are thematic to like science stuff, like beakers and stuff. Anyway, so you pick up so many red ones, you go smash a coffin. Then you do it again to the other 3 coffins, and now you got to pick up yellow items and go find him on his space and, have enough to kill him. And this is like perfect information kind of deal. So you need like a 6 or greater destroy. It's not like a roll or anything. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's how you kill him. The other ones have different mechanisms. I think there's 8 in the game or something? 6?
6 monsters.
6. Yeah. So quite a bit of variation to every time you play the game. Combinations anyway. Anyway, if there's anything else, George is going to tell us. Anything else you want to add before we talk?
Oh, just one of the things that you can do as a player is you can lead the villagers around, either send them to a space that's 1 space away from you, or draw them in from a space away. So you have a little more control to move them where you need to, because, like you said, you don't want the monsters to take them out.
Gotcha. Yep.
Yep. So
cool. What do you think about this, George? This is your game.
I've really liked this game, but the more it's interesting because the more that I've played it, I see sort of the flaws behind it. Although it's such a smooth game, it's so it's so well produced, and it's really nice that all the monsters are different and the rules are very clear, and it's just a great sort of family gateway game. I
think it to me it borrows quite a bit from Pandemic, just on the ways you can lose. Kind of mimics the same thing. The cards that you get kind of mimics the same thing. Even the player
your
powers.
Abilities,
yeah, it kind of mimics the same thing. You have different amount of action points and kind of somewhat similar type of special actions you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely owes a lot of debt to Pandemic, and
it's almost like they took the Pandemic game and used it as a prototype and just put miniatures on the board instead, and just had like cut up player sheets and stuff. I mean, it really is.
The one thing that's kind of different is instead of like those cubes going out and there was bad things.
Outbreaks.
Outbreaks cubes. Instead of that is putting out these items that you're going to go gather that you're using. Yeah.
It's almost impossible to talk about this game without mentioning Pandemic, honestly. Yeah. But the thing that has struck me the more that I play it, the main drawback for me is that ultimately it's still a pick up and deliver game, and everything that you do, like you said, it's the sums that you need are obvious, and so you just know you have to go get these things, and you pick them up, and you
Sometimes
take them where
you don't want to
go.
use too much, this only, I only need 3 or whatever to do this. You don't want to kind of waste a 6 or something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So there's a little bit more to it. You do want to, save certain things, for particular tasks. So there's a little more to it than just grab stuff and run different places, I guess.
Have you noticed any combinations of monsters be harder than other combinations?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, supposedly.
Really?
Actually, yes. Even in our game, like it, Dracula was pretty straightforward. The Invisible Man seemed like he was kicking our butt a lot more than anybody else.
Actually, I think we had an easier time because yellow almost wasn't used at all.
We had a fortunate draw of monsters. Yeah.
We only need red and blue, and we only need yellow specifically to kill Dracula.
So we can discard a lot of yellows without fear.
Yeah, helps a lot.
Right. And I didn't mention it, but George was probably going to say it, but basically if you hoard a bunch of tokens when you're attacked by the bad guy does roll dice, and the dice have blanks, they have attacks, and then they have a special ability marker, like a little exclamation point. I just kept going boing every time it come up. But when they attack, if they hit you, you either have to suffer one of the damage on the outbreak board, or the death,
whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a jab, but like, you either suffer a death, and once you get like 8 deaths or whatever, conveniently the same amount, I think.
But you're not really dead. You show up at the hospital again.
Yeah. I'm trying to make a bunch of jabs to Pandemic, so I'll stop. But if you die a bunch of times, you lose the game. But instead, you can also give up those tokens to mitigate the damage.
Thought you have an option
that was
to do
cool.
so. Yeah, it was like, I really need this item. I'm not going to give it up. I'd rather just die.
End up at the hospital.
Yeah.
The hospital staff is amazing in this game. They're just like, another vampire victim. It's fine.
Yeah. We'll take care of you.
That's pretty cool. I do like the fact, I think the biggest thing to me was that even though it's not that different, each of the monsters did feel totally different.
And when you mix them together, it does feel very different. So it has a lot of replayability.
In reality, it's basically just they need X number of this value and X number of this value, but it's split up in a cool presentation, I guess.
Yeah. And so the more that I've played it, the more that I've seen, okay, it's still essentially pick up and deliver, which is not my favorite style of game.
Sure.
So, but it started off at like a 10 for me, and now it's
after a while it goes down and down.
now it's like a 7 and 8, you know, so I still like it a lot.
Yeah.
So
I'll say that to me, I think it says, you know, start at 2, and I think maybe 2 would seem like it's going to be really easy, and then 4 maybe way too hard. But you know, we did 3, and we kind of barely eked that out. So
barely. Yeah.
I think 3 is probably fine.
Right. I don't
think 4 is doable. I mean, that
doesn't feel like it would be.
That seems insane.
And then 2, I think it would be like way too easy.
I think 4 would be like Samurai Spirit, where you basically the game either lets you win or it doesn't.
Right.
Based on the way it came out.
Well, but that's true. That's true in Pandemic, and it's true in this one. Just if you draw the right cards in the right order, you'll be fine. And if you don't, there's nothing you can do.
Well, what I mean by that is in Pandemic, if you're really good at doing a lot of the best movements and figuring out what you do, you can mitigate it with a little bit like some skill.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Samurai Spirit and some of the other games, it doesn't matter how well you're playing. It's just, if you could be playing the perfect, you just have to have a perfect draw or you lose.
Yeah.
It's like playing blackjack against the house.
Yeah.
You're probably just going to lose based on math, not based on what you do.
Right.
And
That's true.
this is, I kind of feel like if you're playing with 4, it's just going to be that way.
But there is, as well in this one, the dice makes a big difference. If you roll and the monsters are hitting everything every time, and you're losing all your stuff.
Yeah, that's true too.
So you could get lucky and just not have very effective monsters,
or get unlucky and get diced all the time.
Yeah, but that's fun. Dice are fun. You know, that's an aspect of the game that I actually really enjoy.
So I'm also glad that Target picked this up. I think it does have a lot of mass market appeal to it. So I think it'll introduce, you know, some new families, new gamers out. So
yeah, what do you think about the theme?
Oh, I love the theme.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
The art is great. The colors on the board, the little figures are fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great theme. And they can introduce more monsters. And it's going to be like Disney's
Whether they do.
Oh, yeah.
They're definitely going to do
right.
They're definitely going to add more.
Oh, there's going to be so many expansions of this.
At least 1 or 2.
Yeah, probably at least 1 or 2. But I mean, they could even license it to get monsters from other things.
They could.
They don't have to stick with, you know, with the public IP stuff.
We need the Blob.
The Blob would be so good.
So also I would say that
the Predator.
No. Yeah, there you go.
I'm thinking Universal Monsters.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm thinking licensing. I'm thinking brand. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you make so much money off of this. No, I'm like the sleazy dude in the CEO chair. But I mean, there's just like a lot of cool opportunities for this.
Yeah.
So I'll say for me, I think it's pretty simple, and that's good and bad. So for new gamers and stuff, and being more mass market appeal, that's going to be really good. However, for more the hobby gamer, I think, you know, after playing it some more and seeing all the monsters, you know, the replayability for them might be much lower because it is a simpler game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you think in comparison to Pandemic? Some people say that certain characters that you start with are much better than others in necessity. Do you think any of the starting characters, like the player characters, do you think any of them are overpowered? Like, do you think we really need to have this one in the game?
I don't know if they're overpowered, but I do feel like there are some that their powers are very useful, like the Explorer, where you get to just show up anywhere you want on the map.
Oh, that was big.
That's kind of one of the things, or one of the, if I remember correctly, in Pandemic, that's one of the ones that make it or break it from a lot of people, is you have to include the one who can, like, fly around without being near a headquarters. I can't remember it now. Man, we've played this game so many times.
Yeah, I forget what he's called.
Or like the Researcher, which I don't remember what it actually does. Allows you to
Researcher, it was like you only need 4 cards instead of 5.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that one was particularly needed.
I don't know.
There's one of them that, as an action, you can clear up all the infection cubes with one action instead of
the medic.
one action each.
Or whatever it's called, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That one was pretty nice.
I think to go back to the theme of it, the idea that it's universal monsters, and so it's this sort of like, 1930s, 40s kind of very clean, it's called Horrified, but it's not a scary game.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
Even though it's about monsters.
It's almost campy.
It's campy. It's something that kids could play.
Definitely.
Like young kids could play, and it's not scary.
It's not going to be.
It's not really scary
them,
monsters. It's just fun monsters.
Like, Dracula didn't eat you or bite you.
Well,
Look,
right.
you're back at the hospital. You're fine.
The Invisible Man. He's basically the mummy with a house coat on. Yeah. Then they have the mummy. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's no gore. There's nothing scary in the art.
About the only one that might be somewhat scary to really little kids was be like the Wolfman. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, he doesn't even look terrifying. Looks like a dog on two legs. So yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's a neat theme, and they could have chose something that would have been much cooler, but at the same time, like alienate certain people.
I think this would appeal more to families is I really, more than Pandemic, Pandemic I think is more appealing to, adults.
Yeah.
I agree.
But if you have a family with children, this is a draw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like what I mean by that is like, they could have taken this and put it in the D&D world and used D&D monsters.
Oh, jeez.
No, I would have picked the theme over
I'm out.
going generic D&D again.
They could have, but
Well, but they could put anything. What I'm saying is they could choose Star Wars. I mean, they could choose any theme that you personally find cooler than traditional monsters, but then you narrow the crowd that you're delivering the game to.
Right.
This is just very, open air. Anybody can approach this game. I mean, anybody can play a Star Wars game, but obviously it seems like it has a target audience. Right. This doesn't have a target audience.
If you're looking for a game to play on Halloween next month, this is your game.
There you go.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I say Nyctophobia as well. That's definitely
That's a good one too.
There's a fly in the room. Well, anyway, anything else you want to add on to Horrified?
Let's see.
Matt, did you check out this one?
I watched them demo it at Gen Con.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I stood behind I don't know if it was a family or not, but it was a group of people that were obviously there together.
Were they very excited by it?
Yeah, they liked it. They lost. Barely though. It was like they were one turn away from beating it, and something just happened. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, yeah. We pretty much beat it on the last turn in the game that we played anyway.
There was one thing, is as far as the monsters in the final task that you do, and you go and you defeat Dracula, for example. I would like it if there was a variant where you got to roll dice against Dracula, or there was some way that that was in doubt. You're going up against Dracula.
It's not a sure thing.
It's not a sure thing at all.
Yeah.
So what if the monsters had a way to fight back?
Oh, they had a way to fight back. That'd be interesting.
Expansion.
I think it would be almost too random, because that one roll could it'd be like Arkham Horror, where that one roll can just completely screw you over.
Yeah.
Like almost to a point where we failed that roll, but we spend like 4 turns gathering the stuff and getting you into the spot. There's just mathematically not enough time left.
Right. You would need more time. You'd have to get some cards back.
But I guess to your degree, I mean, if they would have made it like that and built it into the system from the start, then it could have been kind of neat.
We can house rule it.
Maybe do it like that, but like only fight 2 monsters. Something. Anything else, Eric?
No, I liked it. We'll see on how long it kind of lasts for us, but
yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of like Pandemic for me. Like you play it a handful of times, and it's kind of like, all right, cool. I'm ready for an expansion or a legacy version of it, which is probably gonna happen.
Oh, that's a great.
Yeah,
you kill the monsters, but Dracula comes back, bigger and better than ever.
Comes back for revenge.
I like it.
That'd be interesting. Anyway, that is Horrified. And the last game we have on this episode is Drop It.
Designed by Bernhard Locke and Uwe Ropp. And artist is, again, no one drew this, and it's published by KOSMOS.
It is a bunch of squares and shapes.
Uwe
painted.
I like that name.
Someone had to draw the cover.
What was this a remake of?
Batik.
All right, so if you're not familiar with either game, basically Drop It is a game, think where you have this thing standing up in the middle, kind of like Connect 4. It's made of plastic. It's see-through. And you're going to be taking different shapes and dropping them into the top. Except unlike Connect 4, where there's spots that they're going to go, this is kind of just an open area of acrylic or whatever. It's not acrylic, but plastic. And you're going to drop pieces in there, and they're going to land on top of each other and move around, because you have circles, you have squares, you have diamonds, and triangles. And these things don't really set on each other very well, so they're going to move around. And the only two major things about this is you drop a piece, you get points. You get points based on how far up it is. So there's these lines that are kind of built into the plastic. And if you're in, let's call them zones. So the higher zone that your piece is touching or part of, you're going to get that many points. And they just escalate from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever. There's also small little frosted areas on the plastic that if you're covering any portion of that, they give you bonus points as well. Now there is a catch to this game. It's not just dropping pieces and getting points. If you drop a piece and it touches the same color piece or the same shape piece, it eliminates the ability for it to score. So you have to be cognizant of where you're dropping it and make sure it doesn't drop on one of your own pieces, because obviously they're the same color, or drop on the same shape. So there is a little bit of choosing which piece to best drop at the right time. So you also don't set yourself up in a position where anything you drop is going to give you nothing. If you're playing 2 players, each player gets 2 sets of pieces. So one player will get blue and yellow, and one person gets red and green. I guess you could switch that up, but that's the recommended one based on the fact that on the sides of the board and on the bottom of the board, you're going to put these little cardboard pieces that show you colors, and those also count as colors. So if like you drop a green piece and it lands on the ground and it's touching the green section, it also counts as the touching another color piece. So it eliminates your scoring. And then the walls of it as you go up also have those colors as well. So those count. There's variants where you can swap those out for shapes instead of colors. There's also a variant where you get these Joker tokens, and you get so many that you can spend and basically say, oh, I'm going to make this piece score or whatever. Anyway, you can also play it 4 players where each player gets their own color, or 3 players or whatever. Anyway, once everybody's dropped all their pieces, whoever has the most points is the winner. So
I bet you can play it solo.
I don't remember if there's a variant in there, but I guess you could.
Why not?
Just to get a high score.
Right.
Yeah, just see how high you can get it.
It wouldn't be very exciting.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but there's people that want to solify everything. So there probably is a variant out there that somebody has written.
I think there's a variant where you play 4 players, but 2-player teams.
Oh, there is one in the book.
So it goes a little faster.
Sure. Yeah. You played so I've seen that it was based off the original one, but I think the only thing that this one added was like the walls and the floor.
It added the walls and the floor and sort of the zones.
Yeah.
So basically all the point scoring.
Oh.
The original doesn't have any point scoring.
Oh, how did you do it?
You just take turns dropping pieces in, and whoever breaks the top plane of the entire plexiglass loses.
Oh, interesting. It's terrible. This sounds way better.
This sounds so much better.
This sounds so much better because you're dropping a piece and you're like, oh, I could drop the circle here. Oh, and then you drop it, and there is no take backs. Like, there's a lot of games where we're kind of like okay with some take back, right? But obviously dexterity kind of ruins that. This one's bad because you dropped it into something that you can't get.
It's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to drop that piece. Oh man. Okay. So you just dropped a circle onto a pile of circles. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens. Yeah. So I thought that was really fun. It makes it easy to play with like my son because I technically played the game with him. I mean, he employs strategy, but I mean, he played the
every
game
time.
But then he got to the point where I always wanted to drop 2 at a time. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're playing by house rules. So,
Oh, that's a good house rule, actually.
drop 2 at a time.
That would be challenging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Part of the problem is the shapes and the way that they sort of don't go together and cause problems for you because they will lean over and do weird things. Mm-hmm. But the other problem is the way that the thing that they're made out of, they kind of bounce.
That's
They
what I was
do.
going to say.
Yeah.
Not only do they bounce, they kind of like destroy whatever is on the bottom. And sometimes it kind of explodes out and everything moves around.
Matt, what you think about this one?
Like Eric said, there's a lot of chain reaction whenever you drop. It's not just bouncing usually by itself, but the game itself, yeah, it's fun. It's a little bit more thinky than you would think, just because of trying not to. You run out of options at a point of
Or good options.
I've only played 2-player games, and it just seems like eventually you're like, if he doesn't hurry up and put something on the side, I've got nowhere to go other than trying to drop on pieces that obviously I shouldn't be trying to drop on. So
yeah. And it's interesting because, you know, you can drop the pieces, like as you play it more and more, you can drop the pieces to almost counterplay your opponent, which I didn't really think about in the first couple plays. But as you're playing, you're like, I've set it up to where basically there's squares across everything. And they have like squares and left. Triangles, or squares and circles, but their circles are most of what color's left. It's not like a much deeper strategy. I'm not saying that there's like
level 2 strategy.
Yeah, it's like level 2. Yeah. It's like more of like a 1.5 because it's almost not even a full second level of strategy. But it is something that you don't realize the first couple times you play it. You know, you start dropping, you're just like, oh, I locked myself out because now all my pieces are kind of on top. But if you do it the right way, you can let them lock themselves out. It's just kind of neat. Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, and it's fast game.
A really fast game. Really fast game.
Yeah.
So 15 minutes.
I would say I've probably seen this around.
You can just speed play this game.
Yeah.
5 minutes. Bam, 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 bam.
I've seen this around, and from looking at it and from seeing it, I really didn't have an inkling to go try it out or play it. But actually experiencing and playing it, I did enjoy it. So I would have to say kudos to that. Yeah, it was actually a better game than what it looks like it would be.
Oh yeah, you look at it.
You look at it, and you're like, it's like Connect 4 or something.
Yeah.
So.
And I question that too. You have 4 shapes, and various colors, but why are they just boring shapes, circles and triangles? Why not have like animal upon animal shapes? Why not have interesting shapes?
That's true.
I guess they could, but you know the interesting thing with the shapes they are now, I think it's easier to anticipate the gravity of what happens.
Yeah, the circles.
I'm going to drop this circle. I know it's going to roll, and I kind of see that there's a slant here and a slant there. So you can work that into your strategy. I think if you made those weird shapes, you almost could eliminate that unless you've played it a billion times.
Okay, if they were weird, but I mean, you could have hedgehogs. They're going to roll. Or you know.
Well, yeah. There you go.
George is really shooting for animals.
Yeah, apparently. I guess you could screen print these if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Just paint them.
Yeah. Paint them. The only way, I thought about like stickers, but I guess they could stick to the side as they go down, which is funny because every time I play this game, I take one of the walls and I pull it out and I stick it in the middle and kind of like wave it around inside because the static electricity that can possibly build up in the middle, I've seen the pieces get hung in the middle of it.
Oh, really?
And it's not because they're stuck to the wall based on pressure. They're stuck because of static electricity.
So do you score?
No, I tap the top until it falls. But it's happened so much now that every time I bust out of the box, I just go with one of the walls, and I've never seen it happen again. So it could just be that it was a newer copy. Each time I played this game, it's been from a newer copy, which is weird. And so maybe that was it. But yeah, static electricity seemed to have played a part in the beginning. I posted one of the pictures on Instagram if you check that out.
And it's just hanging.
It's like in the middle. Yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, anything else? I mean, I really like this game. I've pretty much showed it to everybody. Taking it to work.
Check this out.
Yeah, because it's so fast, and you just basically tell anybody, I'm going to hand you stuff, because you don't have to tell them the setup. You don't have to tell them anything. Drop pieces. Don't touch the same color. Don't touch the same shape. Don't touch the walls of the same color.
This is how you score.
Yep.
2 minutes rules. Yeah.
Do you prefer it to Connect 4, for example?
Connect 4 is garbage.
What?
Is this a joke?
No, I think it's a good game.
Connect 4?
How about Connect 4 launchers?
I don't know that one.
We have it, but I haven't played it.
Well,
I think Connect 4 is a good game for kids.
For kids.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think it's actually cooler than Connect 4 because it uses bright colors. It uses really cool shapes. My son was so excited to play this that I did not bring it to game night.
Oh.
My wife's like, you realize this is when I bought it because I liked it so much I bought it. And she goes, you realize you're going to have to leave it here, right? I was like, no, he'll forget. I was like, oh.
He'll forget about it.
No, he won't.
No.
No, he has a steel mind. If you say something and you promised him something, he is going to remember. Man, it is so crazy. Yeah, but anyway, I left it.
Can't remember taking out the trash.
Teenage years.
Yeah, that's I'm not there, but when I was at game night playing, like my wife was texting me pictures, he was having a blast with it.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And he likes Connect 4 just because we're sticking things in the top.
Yeah.
But this is like, we play like Connect 4. If they're young, he's only like 3.5. He doesn't get the concept of the strategy of doing 4 in a row.
Right.
But in this one, if I just say, we're going to make it as tall as possible, he totally gets that, you know? And so he's like, oh, you know, it's cool stuff. Yeah. So I think for kids, it's a really fun game.
Does he get the strategy of don't touch the same color, that kind of thing? Like
for about 3 seconds, but yeah. Yeah. Like I think he's at the age right now that dexterity games work really well, but strategic games or anything, it takes a little bit of thinking. Nope.
Not there.
Not there
Yeah.
yet.
Yep.
He just wants to see things fall and stack on each other. He likes to knock them all over and stuff.
This one is really fun. Really fun for that.
Yeah. Yep. I highly recommend this. This is such a good game. So fast. And this is one that you could, I feel like it's not a table display game where, you know, like a glass chess set or something. But I mean, you could leave this set up and people are like, whoa, what's that?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, let me show you. Cause it only takes 15 minutes. So anyway, anything else? That is Drop It. So for the main topic of this episode, we're going to talk about managing your board game collection or a board game collection.
It's not the meat of the episode.
It's the meat of the episode. The meat of the episode.
It's a little appetizer.
I'm going to make shirts that says MeepleCore, the meat of the episode, and people are just going to be like, what? But I'll make our logo look like the Arby's logo.
MeepleCore's got the meats.
Yeah. Except it's like a kind of like a meeple with the little, anyway. So obviously we have pretty big board game collections, I would say. Matt, you got a pretty good, it's deceptive, right?
Larger than average.
Just basically with a wall.
It's over 150.
Yeah.
I mean,
So that's pretty good.
yeah.
What do you got, Eric? Do you know?
It's around 500 maybe.
Mine's a little bit deceptive. I have over 1,000, but I'm counting my like collectible card games and stuff like that. Those aren't really around us. They're shoved into 24 of those plastic boxes in my closet. And there's probably like 50 games there, I would say. So, and then maybe include some of the rule books to miniature games, which I feel like that's appropriate. Like War Machine counts as a game, but really it's like 50 games because I have like an entire bookshelf. What about you, George?
About 1,300. So it's too big.
That's fair. So
That's what
how do we
said.
manage? Oh God, how do we manage
Sorry.
our board game collections? So there's a couple of things that we can talk about in this bullet point stuff. First off, let's talk about storage and shelves and things like that. Because obviously, if you got a lot of games, you got to have a place to put them or do stuff with.
I recommend bookshelves.
Okay, well, Eric has an Expedit, right? Or is it a Calyx?
Calyx.
Whatever. So it's like the stepchild of it or whatever. Anyway, do you like that? I mean,
I do. I like it better than regular bookshelves.
You do? I mean, do you find like you can use all the space? I kind of feel like the only problem with Calyx
is it the cube? Yeah. So what I have to do is kind of move around games and not have enough games where it's like, oh, well, I got this much space. I got to find a game that takes up this much space.
Right, because you're stacking them vertically, for those who are listening and not seeing Eric's hands. If you stack them vertically, then you can stack like 3 or 4 Ticket to Ride style boxes, and then you have a half a Ticket to Ride style box left.
Right. You need some thin games.
Right.
Sometimes I keep around some thinner games just for it fits in that spot.
I'm kind of thinking about selling this one, but it really fits there well.
Right.
Now, but what the problem I was actually talking about is above space. So from the top of the Ticket to Ride box to the top of the next shelf is almost a few inches.
Oh yeah, you gotta fill that space.
But then it makes it look bad. I mean, I'm kind of doing that with some of my shelves right there.
Yeah.
But man, I like the fact that with normal traditional bookshelves, you can almost get no space above the board games. I mean, I do leave a little bit of space because you got to put your fingers in there to grab and pull. But I don't know. I thought about doing Calyx. I really wanted to do Billy's. The only problem with Billy's, which are another IKEA shelf, they're too shallow, so the board games stick out the front a few inches.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really want.
That's another good thing about the Calyx is it's open back, so You just push it on through, and they all light up.
They all line up on the front, but they're sticking out the back.
Right.
What do you
No one
use?
sees the back.
I don't use bookshelves. I use these shelves that I got from I think like Home Depot or something, and they're just
the plastic shelves.
they're plastic. Yeah, you can sort of keep adding on to them. They go like 5 levels high.
Are they the ones
They're very strong.
like almost like storage shelves you put in the basement kind of deal?
Definitely, yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah. And I have
Or
them.
like in your garage or something like that.
Well, I have storage, so they're in a storage.
Well, what about the games that are actually in your house?
I have some metal shelves that are there, so I have, but they're kind of the same size. They're just
They're just metal.
They're not attractive. Yeah,
Like the stuff they have at like Lexicon or gaming conventions.
exactly like
okay.
that.
Like the
Exactly.
library?
the metal ones they had. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've got a couple of those.
So and I do too. I have 2 of those. So
Matt, what's your solution going to be?
3. I have 3 of those.
Have you thought about
Adding
this?
on.
No, a little bit. The game room will probably be one of the later things I do, just because of family reasons in other rooms. Not sure. I do have a nice big closet though. There's a walk-in closet.
Yeah.
I would imagine a lot of it'll probably go in there.
For now, or do you plan on getting bookshelves to put them on?
No, I would think even in the walkout or walk-in closet, I could probably get some like shelves. Actually, there's like a shelf that's about head level, and if I probably build some shelves onto it, I could probably go down to the floor with it, and then have like a pretty large size wall.
Yeah.
To put the games. I would imagine I would have some kind of bookshelves eventually. That is what I had at our old house. I had a couple sets of bookshelves. Most recently, though, they were just in boxes in storage, but
That's fair.
yeah.
Well, and even at your house, they were just kind of stacked on top of each other, right?
what do you mean, like just out and about, or?
No, I mean, they were like against a wall, weren't they? Like just stacked on top of each other?
Oh, they were there for a little bit, but then we got another bookshelf to be able to put them on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I kind of brought more of the games that we played more regularly out to the living room after we got rid of our computer, because it
Gotcha.
motherboard died or whatever. So we put a bookshelf in that place where the computer desk was.
I think that if I had the time, I think custom bookshelves would probably be the way I go, because
Never happened.
and it'll never happen. But if I did,
Yes.
I think that would probably be the best solution, because you can make the shelves. The problem with
Exactly
bookshelves,
how you want them.
right? The problem with bookshelves is they'll sag if you put like the games on there. Like some of my shelves, you can see they're bowing a little bit, and every
After
once in a
time.
while, right? Every once in a while, I'll take the shelves off and flip them over, and then just let them
Sag the other way.
sag the other way.
That
right?
happens with the plastic storage ones too.
Does it really?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, probably doesn't happen on the metal ones, I would
I know.
assume. Yeah. Which, Matt, that actually might work as a good solution inside the closet.
I was just thinking about I could make metal shelves very easily.
That's true. Oh, that's true. Being a sheet metal fabricator, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I would say, you're talking about the doing the custom. I did make like an insert for a regular bookcase for my smaller games, which is basically a little table that goes, one end to the other. So you can put little games on the bottom, and then little games on top of it, where I don't have to like stack up little games.
Yeah.
So speaking of the next bullet point, let's segue into how you handle small games.
That's how I do it.
Thank you, Eric. So, all right. Yeah, I remember that little thing you did for that.
I made one for the Calyx cubes as well. So
Yeah.
same thing.
But do you lose a lot of space with that because you're technically only using half the depth or something?
You are to some extent, but
So it just looks pretty, but you lose
yeah, I'm not using the
functional
back
space.
half, but I have access and I could see all the games. Whereas I can stack more games in there, but I wouldn't be able to see anything in the back if I'm doing all of the games.
And you're like me. You like to just stand there and look and see
Right.
everything, not do a lot of actions to get to stuff.
Yeah,
Like-
I don't want to. Also, like, I don't want to pick up. If it's a stack of 6 games and they're all stacked up, and try to get one game and all the other games kind of fall down or whatever.
Well,
else.
like small card games, I know a lot of people for the Calyx or the Expedite will buy those drawers that kind of attach into the cube,
No.
and you can pull them out. Like basically, they're just boxes that sit on the shelf that's the same size.
Right.
But you have to pull them out and take a lid off, and then you have everything stacked in there. Doesn't have to be neat, but I mean, I guess you have a lot in there. But if you're just standing there looking, it's hard to see. Like you can kind of see if you're watching the video, the shelf that's directly behind me has a lot of small games, and I kind of do more of I'm using 3/4 of the actual space because I've got in the back, I put like a riser. If you're familiar with those card game boxes, yeah, like those old Magic the Gathering card boxes that you could put like 1,000 cards in a line. I've got one of those at the bottom, and they actually have decks of various CCGs in them, but I never really need to access them.
Right.
So I put that in the back. I stack card games on top of it, and I put card games in front, so you can see like 2 tiers of games. Mm-hmm. But I am not using all of the open space.
Yeah, that's a nice system though. I like how having these bookshelves you can actually access everything, because the storage shelves that I have, they're deep, so you actually have 2 games sets.
Oh, wow.
Of games on each shelf.
So you almost have to just know where stuff is.
You have to know, yeah.
If I had this space, the other thing I would like to do, for you guys, this shelf over here with all my DVDs and stuff like that, basically it's the depth of a DVD, and it's a media shelf for DVDs and CDs and games and stuff. That would be so excellent for card games.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you just line those up and bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, tons and tons of small games. That would definitely work.
Right. I have quite a bit.
I was going to say, you definitely do have that many.
You don't need the one I have. It holds like 1,000 DVDs. It's crazy. It's
so they make
7 foot tall and like 4.5 foot wide, or 6 foot wide, I think. I don't know, like 5 feet wide. It's huge. But you can get one that's half of that. Or like the CD towers that kind of go upward. Maybe you can get something like that, or, whatever. Yep. But, as you collect games, you realize, wow, I have a lot of games. So there's a couple of things to this part. One, at some point I started getting too many games. I'm like, I really need to start trading games I don't play, or trading games. Like, when do you decide to manage it to where you are getting rid of old games, or you're cycling your inventory, or whatever? Like, what do you do with that?
I've hit that point recently.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cause you don't want to buy another storage unit.
Exactly. Yeah. After a while, you just run out of space. So I've had to make some, get rid of some games and sort of cut back on my purchases as well. So I'm in the process now of going through and figuring out what am I going to put on my trade list? What am I going to put on my sale on BGG?
What about you, Eric? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll do Matt.
What was the question?
Matt, you go.
No. Go. So getting rid of games.
Like,
when to?
Not really when, I guess when to, but yeah.
Yeah. So, one big thing is space constraints. I am supposedly supposed to stay within 3 bookshelves of games.
How big can the bookshelf be?
Right, yeah, that's what I did. I
got a Calyx. It's like 3 times bigger.
So it was 3 regular bookshelves. I replaced one of them with a Calyx that opened up some space, and I'm going to have to probably get another Calyx out. I'm way overfilled. 500 games. This is like quite a bit of room.
When somebody asks for a wish in D&D, right? In D&D, you can get to the point where you can cast the wish spell, but you got to almost write a contract to the GM on how the wish spell, because they're like, I want $1 million or gold, and it's like, cool, it drops on you and kills you. Like this is kind of like when your wife gives you a space constraint. You can have 3 bookshelves. Each bookshelf must not be larger.
Right. And that's about this. So, I've got, I just kind of looked at it. I have 500 something games. I've actually got rid of almost 700 games. So, still with getting rid of that many games, I still need to pare down.
That's fair. What about you, Matt?
I figured out, even though I don't have a lot of games, carrying all those boxes down the steps. So our third U-Haul truck, 15-foot U-Haul truck, 3/4 of it was in the game room. And whether that was games, old action figures, my old card collection, whatever. But just I told my wife, I was like, I am guilty of this too, but I feel like we've outgrown this house already.
Even the new one?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because she had so many books, and I was like, we got to get rid of stuff. I was like, this is ridiculous. So, like I said, even though my collection doesn't sound very large, I'm sure there's games in there that I'm going to be okay with parting with, and I'm fine with that. I could try and trade them. and maybe get some better games, or maybe I can just try and offload them. We'll see where it goes, but.
Well, you kind of may have already answered this question, but if you had unlimited space, would you keep everything that you came across?
For myself, I wouldn't, because with the amount of games and games getting better, there are games I'm like, okay, I've played this one, I've seen all that I want to see with it. I'm okay moving it along. So there's also, say even at, I'm at 500 something games. I have more games if I play one game a day that I'm not going to even get to all my games in a year. And so there are going to be games in my collection that I probably won't play for multiple years.
What about you, George?
I guess if I had unlimited space, then
might as well.
Why wouldn't I? Right? If I could just collect all the games, I could have this massive museum and people could come and enjoy them.
Yeah. So that is one thing. It is almost, you're getting games to play them, obviously, but part of it, for a lot of people is almost it is a collection. It is something that.
I guess what I was saying is take away the space aspect, but keep the budget aspect.
Oh, then no, yeah, I would.
I'm not saying if you could snap your fingers and have every game in the world.
Right. Would you do it?
Yeah. No, so if you didn't have to get rid of games because of space, would you just keep everything that you came across that you purchased?
No, because if I have to pay for the space, then no, definitely no.
No, not paying for the space. What I mean, if you buy
space
a game,
is free.
If you buy a game and you have an unlimited amount of space, right? You buy a game and you're like, this game's meh.
Okay.
Or
because you have the space, would you keep it or would you still get rid of it?
I'd still get rid of it, but I'd selectively get rid of it. I'd give it to people that I know would like that particular theme or game.
That's fair.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Well, going into that when you're culling games, obviously it's easy to choose stuff you just don't like. But what about keeping too many of something, like too many deck builders or too many pickup delivery or too many dexterity games? Like, do you ever feel like you get into a position where you have too many of one style of game? And they compete for your time or space?
Myself don't, but also, I go game to game on how much I like it. I don't try to be like, I already got one deck builder I like a lot. I'm not going to keep this one because it's also a deck builder. So for me, I don't put that stipulation into effect, but I know a lot of people do. That's like, all right, I have this mechanism that I like a lot, so this game provides that, that itch. It scratches that itch for that mechanism. So I don't need another game that does the same thing. Some people do that. I don't.
What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. Because most of the time, maybe there are games that kind of have the same mechanism, but it's going to be a little different or different enough to feel
a different theme where there's other mechanisms that go into it
that'll give you a unique experience, game to game. So yeah, I definitely don't sit there and look at it that way. So
I would have said it that I don't, but
there's no way you do with 1,300 games.
Yeah. But I think that the way that it plays out is, okay, you have these games and then before you buy a new game, you're going over it in your mind. Like, I have all these deck builders.
Yeah.
So do I really need this deck builder?
Another one? Is it getting another one
different enough?
Getting rid of ones you already have.
Yeah. But
I guess it's the same thing.
It's going to be the same thing.
Yeah. I kind of go with what George is saying because I have a ton of deck builders that I actually really enjoy.
But you still got the Guar deck builder.
That's different. I would have bought that. I would have bought that if it was a retheme of Clue.
No, I get you, but that's what I'm saying though. So it's, You're going to have that instance with anything.
That's true, I guess, yeah. But if it's not something that has like some kind of weird sentimental value or nostalgia or something,
or a certain theme that you like a lot, or
right, you're going to keep the things you love. Period.
Or you're going to even
it has to be a pretty strong theme. Guar, you know what? As a matter of fact, I would have debated buying the Guar game if they weren't there to sign it.
I gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I would have been like, yeah, it's a
cool
deck builder. It's Guar though.
It's probably not.
But they're here to sign it, and we're gonna get a picture with them. So that kind of changed it up. But I mean, there's other deck builders, or there's other. I wouldn't even pick on deck builders. I just think it's a really easy theme to do,
right?
Or a really easy mechanic for people to build a game out of. That there's just plenty of them, and there's a couple I've passed because I'm like, it's a deck builder. Actually, realistically, the biggest thing that I stay away from now is just co-op games.
That's what I was gonna tell you.
Yeah.
which is different for George. You probably gravitate to co-op games. Tim's going to be opposite. Probably gravitates away.
I do, but now I'm very picky about them.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I think co-op games, I have so many really good ones that it's really hard to put another one in that mix. Yeah, because you play a co-op game now and it's, I don't know. It's either like only fun because it's doing something new, but it may not even be that great of a game. It's just like, wow, that's a cool I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but
it really affects me in terms of what I pick up now. I'm not looking to get rid of a lot of my games that I know I like just because they're co-ops or whatever.
Yeah.
But for example, I've been looking at Bethel Woods, ever since it came out on Kickstarter, and I've been thinking I'd probably really like that. But then I haven't gotten it this whole time because I think I have enough co-ops. So.
That's fair. Well, what about, and this is the last thing unless you guys have anything else, what about replacing a game? We've talked about that before where a game kind of replaces a game, like something like, for instance, this Kills Pandemic or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever feel like that is something you do in your collection, or do you just keep them anyway? Like, if you like both games, you're not just going to replace it, or maybe you think, wow, I'll never play this one again because I will play this. So I'm going to get rid of this.
I think it's a real thing that can happen. I'm trying to think of a good example of it, but it definitely happens. Yeah.
Definitely.
Matt, have you ever...
I also can't think of anything off the top of my head that's happened to me. Like, I got this new deck builder and I don't want to ever go back to my old one that I liked.
Do you still have Dominion?
I do.
Yeah. All right, fair.
Well, it's been on my shelf for a couple of years unplayed, but I wouldn't mind actually. I say this now, but am I actually going to go and pick it up and play it? I may, but
right. But you're not looking at it as in, I've got so many other games that do this better, because this is basically the basic of the basic, but it was a pioneer.
Mm-hmm. I have decided not to pursue the expansions to Dominion, just knowing that I probably won't get it out.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I haven't got rid of my copy.
All right.
I have an example. I just picked up Warehouse 13, and that would absolutely kill Battlestar Galactica. And right now, it's sort of in a battle with Dark Moon.
I haven't played Dark Moon, but I want to try it out.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we haven't played it.
Matt, he didn't play it with us?
I didn't play it with you.
You played it with me.
Dark Moon?
Dark Moon. We played it at Origins. It was the year that we went with just Jeremy and Corbin, I believe, or Daniel.
Where did we play Dark Moon at?
We played it at Origins.
It's a trader game where you have dice.
Remember you rolling dice?
Sorry, what's the game that has like the dark cover with an orc face on it that says Dark or Moon in it? No,
darkest.
Never mind. Yeah, you're talking about it's like The Thing.
It's like The Thing. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It is. Yeah. So those two are kind of battling it out in my mental space.
They're similar enough.
I can see that.
Where you're like,
I can see that.
Which one of these two?
I'm not going to keep both.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can see that. When two games are really similar, then you might go for the theme you like better, or which one is a tiny bit better.
Yeah. Well, cool. Anything else you want to add, or anything else about managing the collection that I didn't think of putting a bullet point for?
Well, once you have a large collection, then it becomes an issue as to how you organize it. And
I've
had so many different ways of doing this over the time that I've had this collection, and some of them are just
like in organizing each game, or you like on the shelves. How do you
organizing on the shelves? So I've gone from like an ABC kind of thing, which is insane.
Right?
Don't do that.
No.
To having it in like groups of kinds of games. So these will be all the deck builders.
Do that. These are Uwe Rosenberg games, and these are.
I've done that before
games.
too, like designers by designer, or by publisher even. There's so many different ways to do it, and I've had it where all these different methods, and now I've gotten to the point where if it's a game that I know I love and I want to keep, and I'm not going to ever trade it, I'm not ever going to sell it, it goes on the back of the shelf.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Except I have a favorite shelf.
Why on the back? Isn't the one? Well, because you always know you have them.
I always know.
Right.
I know I have them. I know where they are. And
you want to see the other games.
Stuff that you can't remember, and you're like, I do need to play that.
Yeah, to see if it stays or
I
not.
I agree on that.
Well, that's actually a pretty cool idea. Yeah.
Scenario.
Those come to the front.
Right.
Yeah. So that I'm more likely to grab those. But I also have a favorite shelf where the things that are my absolute all-time favorites, like Inish or, Everdell, or even that's a newer one. Game of Thrones, the card game.
I kind of do that, except it's a bookcase. It's like, if I really like the game,
it goes on the bookcase.
It's like the middle bookcase.
It gets downgraded from the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's what it does. It's like, all right, well, you're gone. You're getting kicked off to the secondary bookshelf. You better be better next time I play you.
That's right. So that's the system that I have now. What do you guys do?
I have a weird system because when I was doing Dice Tower reviews, my shelves were behind me, so I put all the really cool stuff that I liked in the field of the camera.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right. Other than that, I even with that being said, I still try to use up 100% of the space. I mean, if it looks like there's a gap, I'm shoving something in there. I mean, it's just I don't want to make it look ugly, but at the same time, I don't want to waste space at all.
Yeah.
And the other
Space
thing is
premium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have two other shelves. I have one shelf that has really odd shaped boxes in it, like Daedalus Sentence, which is like a pizza box, like a 24-inch pizza or something. It's so dumb. So I put like some weird, awkward, like the can't stop box, which is ungodly large for no reason. Like stuff like that. I put like on that shelf, and then I have another shelf that's actually it's a Billy bookcase, and I put all of the games that are the size of kind of like the Carcassonne box.
Mm-hmm.
Actually a little bit smaller than that. There's another box size. If I could think of a game right now without going over and look, you'll get it. It's like much thinner because the Billy bookshelves are only like 12 inches deep or 11 inches deep or something. And so they fit perfectly. And I put all those games together. So I try to group all the boxes
Box size.
by box size.
Okay.
The ones that are behind the cameras, I try to put the cool games. And then I have one shelf that I specifically puts like classic games like the old Clue Mysteries and Clue Master thing, and just a bunch of games that are obviously outside of the designer series of games, not necessarily mass market, because some of the mass market games I have now are on my shelf normally, but the older stuff goes together mostly because I don't know, just all that artwork kind of looks like the same time frame, like terrible, and then all the good stuff is other places.
Yeah. And I think you do this, a thing that I do, which is to have like a shelf of shame, or a shelf where these games are going out of the collection. Like this decision is made. They're gone.
Now I have a math trade shelf. Before I kind of had them intermingled in.
Yeah.
Now I've kind of taken those all out and put them in the math trade shelf.
I take it out of my general gaming area, and it goes into the unfinished basement on the.
Oh, wow.
You're anywhere else.
You're not even in my collection, technically. Yeah.
I've got a shelf that's just, they're all on the way out. And then I've got a couple shelves that I'm still deciding, they're on the cusp,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, how are you going to do it? Are you going to just, however it fits?
Yeah. I'll wing it. I don't know. No, I'll probably be a little bit more planned.
You have one shelf strictly for land, sea, and air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you busted that out yet?
No, I've not. Like I said, there's no point.
Is it still in the crate?
It is still in the crate.
It's still in the box. That's actually my Gloomhaven. It's still in the shipping box.
Oh, wow. We're awesome.
And
but you played somebody else's copy.
I did play someone else's copy. And I do like it. I do want to bust it out. Just haven't, reserve that time.
Unless it comes to the day that you're gonna, it's scheduled, people are coming out.
That's where I was gonna go to next real quick. Is I kind of know how obviously I know how I do it. I know how Tim does it. Tim gets a game, busts it out, bags it up. Like for me,
as soon as I buy that game, shrink is busted. I open all the pieces, I punch them all out, I put them in bags. If you want to play a game that's on my shelf, it's prepared.
It's ready to play.
I may not have read it, but it's prepared.
Right. I'm the opposite.
Do you have sleeping parties?
Oh, see,
Eric does have sleeping parties. Bust out a game. We haven't sleeve it.
Let's do it.
Passes out packs of sleeves.
But how I do it is when I get a game, even if it's a game that I do want to play, but I do know that a lot of times I even want to play it, but it might be months down the line or years down the line maybe. So it does go on my shelf. and it's still in the wrapping until I'm like, all right, this week I'm going to get it played.
Yeah.
I'll take it out. I'll read the rules. I'll punch all the pieces, sort it all out. But I only do that once I know it's going to get played.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I do the same thing.
Do the same thing? Okay. Yeah.
Is that strictly in case you end up wanting to sell it?
I mean, sometimes I do end up like, oh, I played someone else's copy, or
and
it's like, okay, I don't like it as much. I didn't waste all that time to get it ready, and you know, it's easier to sell when it's new in strength. And
because no one questions the components, and you know, so that makes sense.
It is a matter of time as well. If you just don't have time to do it.
Matt, I know, like, constraint wise, but at the same time, what about if you had the space and they were all, you got a new game, would you just open it whenever?
I usually open them right when I get them.
Yeah, to look through it and kind of smell the cards and stuff.
Yep.
That's what I do.
I like the cardboard smell.
Oh, man,
he's like
dude.
a crack addict.
There's nothing greater. Like, if you bust open a fresh copy, at least of an old version of Agricola, right? You got all the best parts. You've got that cardboard. You've got that. I guess it's like German cardboard for cardstock for the cards. It's that. All that is a perfect smell. Yeah. And then check this out. You got all the painted pieces.
It's like vintage wine. He's like, give me a nice 1999.
I dump all the components in there. I swirl it around before I take a whiff. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, that's how I manage my collection. I basically ruin my lungs with particles of weird wood and stuff. All right.
Yeah, one more thing is transport of games. Like you were saying, you're moving it to your new place and everything.
Oh, that's true.
You know,
to game day.
Yeah, absolutely. To game day, in and out of storage. The way I do it is IKEA bags. That's the best. They're like $5 at IKEA, and there's great big blue bags.
Yeah.
And I have also in my car, I have dedicated game space. Like this is where these are the games that I'm most anxious to play. I'm keeping them in my car. I'm ready to play them.
Right.
You know, and then.
Have you noticed any issues like warping or anything like that? Or is the trunk usually okay?
The trunk's usually okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Although in storage.
I'm scared to do that.
Yeah. No, I understand that. It can be a risk, but, also in storage, I have these moisture absorbing.
Damp rid?
Damp rid.
Yeah.
They sell like a big tub of it.
Yeah. So when I was recording, that's when I knocked over and spilled all over my floor. It was amazing. I had a shampoo.
You impaled yourself.
That was really bad.
That
was
chemical
a really bad story.
is real bad in there. Yeah.
It was really bad because I have these posts on the chairs that you can see in the video, and I fell on the wrong part of my body as I was trying to jump over one of the chairs like an idiot.
Oh no!
So I jumped over, impaled my butt, and went flying into all my games that I had in front of my French doors over there, and knocked them all over. The chair knocked the damp rid over. I caught it all on my video as I was doing my reviews.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
You saved it?
I made a pretty funny noise.
Oh man.
Yeah. So thanks for that embarrassing story. But
so yeah. Anyway, in the car, I have the section of games that are new games that I really want to play, and then I have games that are old favorites that I always want to carry with me, just in case I get a chance to play them.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
So there's sort of two areas in the car. Do you guys do anything like that?
No.
Nope. Game nights, my house. Never have to move the games.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I'll throw a shout out to Game Toppers. Berkey gave me one of the kind of like, you think those like bags, those cool stuff bags, those typical reusable bags that are fabric or whatever. They have one of those. It's a little bit more upgraded. I guess it's more, this one's more of like a plastic, kind of like a nylon, I don't know. But on the inside, it has like, that silver reflective stuff if you want to use it as a cooler, or not like to keep the same temperature within it.
Right.
And it zips up on top. So I kind of take that to game day. If I have more games than that, I have one of those drum bags that carry the big wooden drums that you beat on. It's just a huge rectangle basically that zips up the front and then on the top.
Okay.
So I've got one of those. It's a little too big, and most time when you're going to game nights, or at least for us, I don't need to take 40 games. I think it holds like 12 or something. But the little Game Toppers bag, I can have like 3 Ticket to Ride style games and some small card games.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably plenty, especially because where I'm going is usually, Eric's or we all have tons of games.
Right.
So, and we have kind of a plan of what we're going to play that day anyway, or at least like a handful of games that we are going to pick from. So
we always have 10 times as many games as
we do. We do.
We got these 8 games, and we got
well, we can get in these 5. 2 games later, it's like time to leave. Jeez.
Dang.
So, all right. Anything else? Are we done with that? We're going to move on to our last topic.
Let's go.
All right. Let's do our top 5. And so for this episode, we have our top 5 board games with gimmicks. I kind of defined this. Hopefully everybody kind of followed closer to each other. But basically, if you think about a gimmick, we're thinking about something that when you think of that game, it's selling that game, mostly because of the gimmick. Not necessarily a mechanism. It's something like, it might be on somebody's list, don't say it, but Cash and Guns has a bunch of guns that you point at each other. They're foam guns. It's unnecessary. You don't need them, but it's a cool gimmick to add into the game because you're pointing them at people and it kind of immerses you into it.
Right.
Something like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be that crazy of a gimmick.
And a lot of times gimmick is used as negative connotation on something. But in this instance, we are saying that it is something that we kind of like in a game that is kind of draws you to it.
Yes. And it can be used in other games. It doesn't have to be specific to one game, like a unique component. Like, for instance, in video game world, everybody thinks the Wii and they think the motion controls.
Right.
But then the Kinect came out and then the Move controllers and then all the handheld games started adding like 6-axis and motion controls and stuff. So a lot of stuff have it, but when you think motion control gimmick, you're thinking of the Wii, you know? So we can, it could be like that. But anyway, we've already made our lists, so whatever happens, happens. And I haven't started in a while. I'll start with me. I don't think I have anyway. I don't know.
All right, do it.
But that's what I'm doing. My number 5 is probably the least of the gimmicks, but it really works well. And that's the Battle at Kimball's Cascade. So in this game, you have these little plastic trays. They're unnecessary, but it does help really well. And it helps do the gimmick that it's actually doing. The gimmick in this one is almost more of a mechanism than it actually is a tool or a component. And that's basically, think of the old Gradius games or R-types where you're flying ships, side scrolling across the map, and the game plays like that. You actually have these plastic trays that hold all the different.
Well, I think they all come down.
Well, down or across, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. And this one, it's going down. But basically you have these trays that have the cards, and then and you rotate them. So the bottom tray goes away and all those cards are gone. And then the new tray comes up at the top. So it's a neat gimmick because it helps magnify, I guess, the gimmick of what's going on. And it's this scene that is kind of like cascading towards you. Pretty cool. I really like it.
I remember good things about that game.
Yeah. I like that game a lot. Have you played that one, George?
I have. Yes. I like it.
Yeah. What about you, Matt? You played it.
Yeah, I played it with you.
Yep. Cool.
Oh, okay. My number 5, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. It's called Dragon Scroll, and it's by the Lamont brothers, Gordon and Fraser Lamont. They're the ones that did Poseidon's Kingdom and all those. They have overproduced components. And this is one where you're playing young dragons and you're going around doing dragon kind of things on a map. So you're exploring the map and you're just going around fighting things. And the gimmick is when you do fight things, there's a tower. And in the tower, you take a marble and you drop it into the tower, and it strikes another larger marble at the bottom, and it bounces in one of 4 cardinal directions. And where it ends up, that's who you've struck. That's who you've done damage to. So if you're fighting wizards, you want it to go this one particular direction, but you can't really predict what's going to happen. And this whole huge contraption just to determine how you hit something could all be replicated with a 4-sided die. Right.
That's true. Yeah.
But it's a ton of fun just for that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a Rube Goldberg style mechanism.
And then you've got the other Lamont brothers kinds of things where the actual pieces that you're playing with are these ceramic, like huge, actual dragon like figures. So yeah, it's so overproduced, but it's just wonderful.
Nice.
Oh.
What you got, Matt?
My number 5 is Sword Crafters. It's very gimmicky. So, I mean, yeah, you build swords and you compare them to see whose sword is bigger.
Yeah. Who's the longest.
And who's got the longest sword and who's got the best jewel makeup on their sword. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
It's not really a sharp sword. It's like it
depends on if you get the tip on or not.
Yeah,
you can get.
Yeah, you can play with the tip variant.
Yeah, you gotta work the tip on, so you might be able to get a full sword.
Cool.
What's your number 5?
We're 12.
Number 5 for me is the volcano in Downfall of Pompeii. And the reason I like it is I put a little tea light in it now. Looks like it's a little lit up.
That's excellent.
And when you take out your opponents, you get to throw them in this volcano. So
it's so unnecessary, but yeah, it's kind of neat.
So wait, you're actually burning them with the tea light though?
Well, no. It's a electronic tea light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kind of gives that flicker off. Right. It's the one that he had in that pumpkin.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, that's a cool idea. I like it.
Made my short list.
My number 4 is the Mask of the Pharaoh. Just because there's almost no games that use some sort of VR-esque. It's not really VR.
Are you talking about the mask itself, or are you talking about the
mask
app?
and what you use it for?
Okay.
No, I mean, I think app games, there's almost too many app games to really call it a gimmick anymore, because it's almost just a standard mechanism now. Mm-hmm. But this is, even though it's an app, it's using it in a different way, because you have, first off, it's simulating some sort of VR mechanism where you're looking around the room and conveying elements, information that they can't see. And I think that's really cool. And the other way is, like, a lot of these other apps for board games are kind of doing the randomness for you. And this isn't really doing the randomness. This is actually providing, like, you can't play the game without it. The other games, you can almost include something that would take its place. And this, you really can't take the place of the VR app. You have to almost have it. You have to play it with it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a really cool gimmick. I just wish it was more actual VR than just putting a screen up to your face.
Yeah.
But
well, and also it comes with that decently cool mask that you don't need at all. You can just use your phone without the mask. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the mask is strictly to hide the other players from kind of sneak peeking.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a very fun game. It's a great choice. And it has a sequel, Mask of Moai, as well.
Do you have that one?
I do, yeah. And it's the same kind of thing, but you are going up and down. Like if you jump or if you duck down, like what you see is important.
Oh, wow. All right, we got to play that one.
Okay.
Level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 4 is Igloo Pop. And it's a Zach Verlag game, and Klaus Zach is one of the designers. I can't remember the other one, sorry. But it's a game where you have these plastic igloos, and there are 13 of them, and then you have cards, and the cards will have numbers on them. So you put out a circle of cards on the table, and all the igloos are in the middle. And the cards will have numbers, and some of them will have more than one number. So it might be a 2 and a 5 or something like that on that card. And then it'll have a value as to how valuable the card is. And when you go, everyone sitting around the table picks up one of the igloos with one hand, shakes it near your ear, because inside the igloos, there's a certain number of beads.
Oh, no.
And you have to identify how many beads are in that igloo and put it on the proper card that has that number on it. Huh. And then you put one of your chips on it to show that's yours, that you put it there. Mm-hmm. And you just do that until all the igloos have been placed out there. And what this is actually simulating is kind of crazy, but they're actual igloos that a giant is picking up and shaking.
It's like, how many people are in here?
But then according to the game, it says, like, the giant just wants to play. Like, he's trying to find a certain number of kids to play with. It's like, no, he's gonna eat these people.
What a dumb theme, but it's cool.
It's hilarious. But the game itself is hilarious too, and it's really tricky. And then you get points for, having matched up your number of beads.
Wow.
Yeah. It's definitely.
That kind of reminds me of another game that's not going to make it on some people's list. Anyway, we'll come back.
But we knew it would be on yours.
Yeah.
It's actually not.
It's not. Oh,
no.
wow.
What was it called? Something Morosa?
Morda Morosa.
Yeah. Gotta have some good hearing.
That's a great game.
Click, 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 click. Or it's like, click.
That's how it is most of the time.
Yeah, I'm losing that.
Yeah.
Me?
Yep.
My number 4 is Spinderella. So, this is
it's short list on mine.
It is a kid's game, but I tell you what, you walk by someone playing this, you're going to stop and look at it.
Oh, it's so much fun.
And it is actually a very fun game. Yes. So you I can't remember exactly how it works, but I know that you're controlling a spider on a string and you're lowering it up and stuff.
Trying to capture
You move
ants.
at certain spots, and capture stuff. And or no, you're moving your ants.
You're moving your ant. You need to get all 4 of your ants to the end.
Yes.
But as you're moving them, people can move the little tree trunk and hide your pieces,
Right.
or they get to roll the spider and they get to move the top spider so many spaces.
Yeah.
And there's like a mathematical thing you have to move it in to get the actual Black Widow to come down that many spaces to grab one of the ants with the magnet.
Yeah.
So there's 2 dice and you roll them. One of them tells you how much to move the spider. So you get to move the spider on your turn, and you also get to roll to move the ant on your turn. And there's 2 spiders on top, and the distance between those 2 spiders determines how far the string of the 3rd spider, which is below them, will come
Goes
down.
Yeah.
It's a really cool thing to look at.
It's fantastic.
So I remember at Lexicon, we walked by, we're like, what is that? That's crazy.
Did you end up picking it up?
I have it.
Okay. I thought so.
Me too. It's a great choice.
Good stuff.
Number 4 for me is lasers and mirrors on the kits. The laser chess game. So there's not a lot of games that uses lasers or mirrors, but this uses both. So what you're trying to do in this game is a 2-player game, and it's an abstract type of game where you're trying to move your pharaoh figure, and it has a little button on top where it hits it shoots out a laser. You're trying to hit it to your mirrors and bounce it around your playing surface here to hit your opponent's pharaoh and take him out. So
I like that game. That was cool.
Yeah.
You know what's even cooler is we should add a small fog machine to spray fog into the board, so that when you actually do the laser, you can see the whole line.
yeah.
Dry ice. Yeah.
My number 3 is Vampires of the Night. Vampires of the Night is kind of a play on the little machines you see at like the arcade that give you tickets. And you kind of, anyway, you have this like wand that has a magnet on it, and there's a big piece in the middle that has a magnet on its opposite polarity, and you're trying to use the opposite polarity to push this big piece around to knock all these little tokens off the sides of the edges of the board. The problem the problem is there's holes in the board, and so if they go in there, you don't get them. And I'm pretty sure it ends your turn at that point too.
And they're supposed to represent garlic or something.
Yeah, you're pushing the vampire around with his magic wand, trying to push the garlic off the board. But if it goes into his castle or something, I don't know.
We play that.
And it has a second layer of gimmick in which all the pieces, or a lot of the pieces, or some of them, not the board, but the pieces, the garlic pieces, and your vampire's head and your wand all glow in the dark.
Yeah, so we played this one night. It was real late. we put the board and everything up to light for a while, and we turned off all the lights. We played it in the dark.
Cool. That's awesome.
It's pretty fun.
Okay, my number 3 is A Tale of Pirates by Crania Creations, and this is one where you have for your workers, you have hourglasses that you flip over. And so you're moving them around on the ship to get things done on the ship. And it's a cooperative game where you are trying to get past various obstacles, which are represented by cards around the ship. So you can turn the ship to confront various things, and it might be an enemy ship, or it might be rocks, or, whatever. But you just have to work out, what you need to be doing. And there's all these different scenarios that are done through an app as well. So the app is a gimmick, but really I chose it as the gimmick is the fact that you have sand timers and you don't get to go again until your sand has run out. And there's a lot of games like that, but this is my favorite one.
There's one that uses it that's really bad.
I like it.
There are several.
He's talking about Damage Report. Do you like Damage Report?
No, that's very bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right. Whatever.
Yeah, so there's some bad ones, but this is a good one.
There's another one that's called, I think, by WizKids, it's called Wartime. Can't remember what it's called, but basically you are all your pieces are hourglasses, and when you flip them over, it counts down. Then you get to move it and attack stuff. And so it's a real time game that you're playing against one other person, and you're moving your pieces around like chess, but each one can only move in a certain
time
increment. Yeah. But if you don't pay attention, it could just sit there for a long time and not be used too.
Right.
Well, the Tale of Pirates is one that's cooperative. So you're talking with each other and you're making a plan, and you're trying to time it all out. Yeah, it's good.
My number 3 is Tower of Madness.
It's
a big Tower of Cthulhu. So this is a Smirk and Dagger game. You might have seen it around. It's a big tower. It's got a bunch of tentacles sticking out of it. Oddly enough, we thought that was just going to be a gimmick, and it turned out to be a pretty decent game. So we were pretty pleased by that. So yeah, there's a lot of game inside that. So.
Oh yeah,
but still pulling tentacles out and watching marbles fall is
it's
still
like
fun.
Kerplunk, the gamer version.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
cool. For number 3 for me is Cube Tower. You can find that in Shogun, Amerigo. So it kind of replaces, maybe doing something with a dice. This has a memory aspect to it, meaning that you toss 6 of your cubes in there, 3 might fall out, but now you got 3 cubes in there. So if you're doing something with dice, it doesn't matter if you roll poorly every round. You're like, this round I'm going to roll better because, the last 3 times I rolled poorly. Well, that's not going to be the case, but it is the case in the Cube Tower. You toss stuff in, your cubes are stuck in there. You know that there's 5 cubes in there, so you have a better chance of getting more cubes out in previous rounds. So,
reminds me
previous rounds, future rounds.
Yeah. We need to get Immortals to the table.
I heard that was pretty good and kind of a successor, maybe even to like Shogun Wallenstein.
I think that if we're just talking Shogun and Amerigo, I think I like it better in Amerigo because sometimes it doesn't even make sense, the outcome in Shogun.
Oh, it definitely makes sense.
No, it does not.
I told you how it makes sense.
It does not make
sense. You're traveling through the countryside and you're picking up more guys.
You don't have a battle and come out with more people.
The villagers.
That doesn't happen.
The villagers. They join your side because they've seen that you won.
Wait, maybe you won and you forced the others to be on your side now.
Don't help him, George. Come on.
You can do it so many ways.
Oh man. All right, my number 2 is Slide Quest. This game uses a board and you put these little handles sometimes backwards, but that's fine.
It still works out.
You put these handles that kind of elevate this other board off the ground inside the game box. You put one of these little sheets of paper on it that has like a different printout of what's going on. And it's just so much fun. It's a cooperative game. You're tapping the little levers to move the board your way.
Tap Quest.
Tap Quest. Well, that's only because we had the things backwards, so you don't tap. Actually, if you're playing it the real way, when you play it, you can gently press, and it's smooth. Okay. But yeah, if you put them in backwards, it's like tap 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 tap. Either way, though, it's such a fun game. It's such a fun gimmick. And the only thing I probably don't like about the game is that I feel like once you've went through it once, you're kind of done.
There was quite a few of them, but
there's like 20.
You can play 20 of them in one sitting.
Yeah, you can go
absolutely
an hour and a half and you're done. I mean,
right.
It's the kind of game you're going to play every once in a while. Yeah.
Right. So it would probably be a little bit down on my list. Actually, Battle of Campbell's the battle, it doesn't matter. I was going to say, I like that game better, but at the same time, I like the gimmick in this is better.
Switch this around.
It's more of a gimmick, yeah.
It's more of a gimmick than battle. Yeah, it's not, so.
Cool. My number 2 is Paradox by Brian Shure. And the gimmick in that one is just that you're using a sort of bejeweled grid.
Bedazzled?
Yeah, bejeweled? Bedazzled? Is that what it is?
Oh, no, you're talking about bejeweled style, like Match 3.
That's like an app that you play.
Yeah, like Match 3. Okay, no, I was thinking.
They explode.
Yeah, I was thinking like putting gems on a pair of jeans.
No, no. You have this array of tokens, and then it's more like the app, and you move them around. You try to get them in certain patterns or lines in order to collect the token, and then you can spend it. And you have to collect them and spend them to sort of travel in time and travel in dimensions to save these worlds, and they all have different artwork and everything. But the gimmick is that you're doing this bejeweled kind of thing, and it's just a fun game that I haven't seen that kind of thing done in that way before.
So that's really cool.
Sweet. We're on 2, right?
2.
You.
My number 2 is Zolkin. I like the big gears. So. I mean, not much to say about it, but it's...
Feel like we're going to talk about that again.
I might add to it later.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go to my number 2. Number 2 for me is item meeples and all that good stuff on like Tiny Epic Quest. So I think that's really cool that they can hold. You have these little meeples. They can hold a sword and a shield and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't like it as much as Well, I did like it more than some of the other ones, the mech ones and whatnot. But in Tiny Epic Quest, I like those in particular.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a cool gimmick.
I've got a couple of honorable mentions, like 3, and it's real quick. One, I feel like Dice Forge would have been a really cool one for me, but then the more I thought about it, there's so many games coming out that have customizable dice that I almost feel like it's starting to not become a gimmick anymore and it become a thing that you can do in board game design.
Or more popular than just that
Yeah.
one or a few little games that use that one particular gimmick.
Exactly. I put Alchemists just because that's the first game I had on there that used an app. And then I was like, man, there's so many games that use apps.
Right.
And so then I remembered Mask of the Pharaoh. And I felt like for a gimmick, it actually replaced that one for me.
It still was pretty unique still for me anyway.
For what it's doing
on how
with
it's
the app.
doing.
I agree.
Or what it's doing with the app.
For what it's doing with the deduction is amazing.
Right.
It is, yes. And then Dr. Panic, because it's a bunch of tiny gimmicks, but I don't think any of them personally are like amazing.
Right.
It's just
Each
a cool
one of them.
collection.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it even comes with an actual gimmick where you wear a net over your hair,
Yeah.
like the doctors have, and it provides nothing to the gameplay.
Yeah.
So that was, that's my honorable mentions.
Those are good. My honorable mentions, I just want to say Lifeboat, because I know Tim loves that one so much.
Yeah.
Where in the game you have someone you love and you have someone you hate. And that was just a brilliant,
Like a mechanical gimmick. Then.
it's a mechanical gimmick. Yeah. I had a really hard time with this list, honestly, because I didn't want to call things gimmicks. And,
Right.
I feel like it's maybe.
Sometimes it feels like a put down to say the gimmick, but how we're saying it.
Well, the
definition
conversation.
is something to make you buy it, I think.
Right. It's
Well,
just something
there's
that catch your eye and makes you want to buy it. I think that
I mean,
the current consensus of a gimmick is,
That's the only
it's
reason they
gimmicky.
did that. Yeah.
Right.
I think gimmicky and gimmick kind of are two different things.
Okay.
yeah, we'll say that.
Okay. But I see what you're saying. You didn't want to pick things that are gimmicky.
Yeah. Or I did, but then I felt bad about it. I don't know. It was hard for me to do this list. But so that was one that was on my honorable mention. And did somebody say nyctophobia?
Did not.
Well, early in the episode I did, but when we were talking about Horrified, nyctophobia.
Yeah, that just the idea that you're playing
You're
a
blindfolded.
game blindfolded. That's not been done where everyone's blindfolded,
Right.
or except for one person. That's not been done.
The whole game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
There's
thought
some
about that.
you're like put down your head for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
right.
I thought about that one too.
Yeah.
That's probably a short list for me.
Yeah, this is definitely a great gimmick. And then this one was honorable mention because I feel like I've talked about this one a lot, and it's because it's it's one of the most innovative ones I've seen in a long time, and that's the Faceless, where you have the compass and the magnets.
Oh yeah.
I just think that's an amazing gimmick. But okay,
Interesting.
Or using.
I thought that was going to be your number one, actually.
using multiple magnets.
well, it would have been. I just feel like I've talked about it a lot.
That's fair. All right.
So my last honorable mention is one that I picked just because it's not. I don't really feel like it's a gimmick, but it was very different than everything that had come before, and it's Legends of Andor, where it's an adventure game.
Eric's not. They're not
not
fans.
impressed.
It's an adventure game, but it's actually a puzzle.
Yeah.
That you have to figure out the right way to do things. You can't just go around killing monsters, because if you kill them, it
You waste too much
hastens the
time.
end of the game.
Or that.
Yeah. And so that's sort of a unique concept, I think, that has come along. And so I just wanted to give that one a shout out.
Did you? I'm thinking that you've played quite a few of the campaigns or throughout the game.
I've only played 4 of the first one, but I've played number 3. I don't even know how many times.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I just can't keep going, because I keep playing with new players.
Okay. We played like the intro first one, and wasn't too impressed by it. But also, I know a lot of times, it is because it is intro, and it's kind of getting you into the game, but not showing you all that's what's in the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we should. I'll bring it.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's not for everyone. It's definitely a puzzle.
Yeah.
Rather than just an adventure game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a lot of
maybe
people
that's
don't
also
like
the
that.
other thing, going into it thinking it's more of an adventure game instead of a puzzle game.
Like, not how
You
can
have
we beat
different
the end guy, but how can we solve this?
Yeah. Different expectations going in.
Like, why can't I just go kill all that works?
Right.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I put Haba generally has a lot of good kind of gimmicky games. So like Animal Upon Animal is kind of one, and then like your Dragon's Breath game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
They've got another game I remember that you put like clothesline around everyone's neck and you're hanging. It's like a snatch and grab game with monsters and stuff, and you hung.
Was that Mayday or was that?
No, that was Haba.
Oh, that was Haba.
Okay.
So I mean, they
laundry. What was it? Washing machine or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but they always have some kind of game every year that you look at and it's like, oh, look at that, it's something crazy looking,
something different.
Yeah.
Right.
I know they had another one where there was like a volcano in the middle of the board and it had a dragon that would go around. You like spun it or something and threw all the jewels out.
Yeah, Dragonfire.
Yeah. So they always have these like really like captivating games. So it's give a shout out to them, and they're good. They're not just like we're saying. It's not a negative thing. And then I put Connexy.
Yeah,
that's pretty gimmicky. Yeah,
Connexi's cool to look at. It catches your eye and it's fun. I like word games. So
yeah.
And that's one where you build words out of actual
Right.
blocky letter or pieces.
It does show you, but
yeah, I like it.
I like it too.
I didn't know we was doing honorable mentions.
we always do honorable.
So Eric has one.
So mine's pretty much because I haven't played it yet. George says he's gonna be bringing it by one day, but UgTech have these blow up little clubs, you're using these clubs to bash people and tell people how to do stuff. So
yeah, that's definitely a gimmick.
Yeah, because you don't need that thing at all.
Yeah,
but
it's
looking forward to it.
Okay, yeah, I'll bring it.
Cool. Before we do my number one, I was thinking there's so many dexterity games you could just slap on this. So I try not to include as many because, like Animal Upon Animal is a great one, but it's like there was a lot of stacking games. So is it really like an actual gimmick? But I feel like I could have made a top 5 dexterity gimmicky games.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
If you just exclude flicking something and exclude stacking, there's a lot of I guess it's most dexterity games.
Yeah.
Right. but anyway, my number one, Matt has already mentioned, and that's Sword Crafters.
Oh, okay. That's your number one?
Really. And the thing is, it's not as strong as a gimmick as maybe some of the other ones on my list, but it is incredibly fun to me. I really, really like this game.
I would also point out that if you're going to get the extended edition. Just the base game is there's not a lot there.
Yeah. The modules you add from the extended edition actually make it a little bit deeper of a game. But what's cool about it is you're not just building, like when you're building this sword, but it functionally matters. It's not just you're building a sword and it doesn't matter, because when you put the pieces in, you have to slot them in a certain way, and that actually changes how you want to pick up pieces and slot them in. You're just like, I have to put the parallel ones in before I can put the other one in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it actually does change the strategy of what you pick and when you pick it. It's not like you just have 4 rows of things you're putting out next to each other and you choose which row it goes in, because there's a limitation to the way it actually goes together, as in you can't put things in certain ways. So I really did like it, and plus fantasy, and I like the I split you choose type of thing too. It's done really well there. It's not so, some other I split you choose games are very AP prone, I guess, because the person splitting's like, I don't know what to do, and it takes forever. This one kind of everybody does a split you choose with the slashing of the grid. I think it's build this cool 3D sword, and I don't know. I really like the game. I probably would have put Battle at Kimball's Cascade on top if the gimmick was a little bit more strong, because I like the game. That one probably the best out of all these. But Sword Crafters is like the solid in between. Like it's enough gimmick, but it's got some game behind it too.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly surprised I did not hear Pitch Car or Tumbling Dice.
That's why I preferenced right before this. Dexterity games almost couldn't make my list because it's too easy.
Yeah.
Tumbling Dice is a cool gimmick.
That you're doing it with dice.
But Pitch Car and Tumbling Dice are almost the same game. like, I mean, they're not, but you know what I'm saying? The only gimmick is I flick something.
Right.
One falls downstairs and one goes on a track. And so I feel like that wasn't really as appealing of a list to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Tumbling Dice probably would have been.
The loop in
Pitch Car.
I actually hate that thing. I didn't like it.
Right, yeah.
Like, I'm definitely not buying it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But the ramps are cool. The ramps.
If you bought it, you could practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but
you need Jesus.
But you need everybody to practice before you play too. Because if you just play with playing with random people, after a few flicks, they get the idea of what they need to do and how far they can flick things and stuff.
Yeah.
But the loop is just, you come across it you wouldn't come across it enough to get good at it unless you were already good at it before you started. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
Cool. Okay, so my number one is Witness, which is a game by Dominique Baudin, and it's based on the Blake and Mortimer comics by Edgar Jacobs. And this is a game that the gimmick is that you're playing telephone as you're playing the game. Really, the game is just figure out the mystery, deduce what actually took place. But the problem is you don't have the full information, and the only way you get it.
Or you do have the full information. Oh, you personally don't.
You have to pass it around. Yeah, exactly. Everyone together has the full information.
Right.
But just that gimmick of using telephone to pass information is brilliant. I love it.
Oh, this was a lot of fun.
And the only game I can think of that actually uses that is Telestrations. I mean, other than that, like the telephone style.
Similar, yeah.
That's drawing instead of actually in speech.
Instead of the actual telephone.
Right.
Say something and it degrades or whatever.
Right.
Oh, and they add on to the other thing, Matt, with the sword crafters.
Yeah.
It is such a I feel like a child. I'm like, I got this huge sword. I'm like, they can threaten each other. Do not pick that. Just point your anyway.
My number one, Eric said, is Tiny Epic Quest. But he did not mention my favorite thing, which was the item rack. So,
that is such a gimmick. I think that was that a Kickstarter gimmick?
I think so. But it is cool to you get a certain piece of gear and you actually get to put it on your little Meeple.
Yeah.
That
Take
is
it off the
very
rack.
cool. Take it off the rack. Yeah.
Yeah. Number one for me is Azokan Gears. Like Matt said,
we swapped our ones and twos.
So not only is it cool, but it's actually rather functional.
There's like a little fly or gnat or something.
So it's rather functional.
You're ruining our podcast.
Where you don't have to, if you actually had to move every figure, on all these tracks up, it would be pretty tedious. But you don't have to. You move this one gear and it moves all the gears up.
It's pretty clever.
Yeah, it's very clever. I like it a lot. I do like the game a lot. So,
and it's probably one of the only gimmicks on this list that you can customize if you want to.
Oh yeah,
like repainting it and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
a lot of people do that. I haven't done it with mine, but maybe one day.
It's still tedious.
It's not tedious.
it's a good gimmick though. So, list of a couple of games I was actually surprised not to see on this. Right, you just said the Faceless, Matt. I didn't see Drop Mix.
Drop Mix.
Oh. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Eric, I didn't see Chopstick Dexterity Challenge.
Or Walkstar. The Walkstar?
Yeah. Or actually, that was a joke, but the actual one I thought you would put on your list is Tapple.
I did like Tapple.
Yeah. And then Beast of Balance.
Stacking.
And then
but it takes the same, I forgot what they call it, the same elements as you have those chips in your cards, or in this case, chips in different figures.
And then I guess, did you have Cash and Guns on there at all? And then remove it when I gave an example?
I was thinking about putting it
Eric's
on
like,
there.
that was too easy.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So a lot of the other ones I had, because I was going through my app of games I played and I was writing down all the cool ones, like Treasure Island. I thought had a cool gimmick.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Like where you're dry racing like circles everywhere, and then
narrow down.
Very fun.
Yeah, Gizmos. I thought that was
This was such a hard list to come up with because so many things could.
I came up with a lot of games, but I guess like you said, because they're A lot of them are dexterity, though.
Yeah, it's kind of like, that's the reason some of these I just didn't put on there, just because, like Bling Bling Gemstone, I really wanted to put on this list.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, but I was like, man, there's so many other games where you're knocking stuff down. I mean, you basically just say Jenga. I mean, I could have put Jenga on there just as well.
Sure.
But
I would have thought you had Fireball
24K.
Island or what's the shooting one?
Crossfire. Actually, I put both of those on my short list. Crossfire is just a garbage game. It just has a strong nostalgia feeling.
Sure.
You don't think you can sweat just like pulling a trigger? You do that for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Trying to reload and shoot. Reload.
I think it'd be better if I had double the amount of components. Like
the steel balls.
Yeah, if I had double the ball bearings, right. I think it would be better because you could cheese that game just by letting the person miss a whole bunch and kind of barely keeping the things out in the middle. Like, and then now you have all the balls. And it's like, all right.
I just thought of one that I could have put on my list. I didn't. It's called Virus. And in that game, you have lots of little pieces that represent what they are. Like,
is this the Arcane Wonders game or a different game?
No, it's a different one. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. This is, I don't even know, Kickstarter game. And you have like, lots of little bullet pieces. Mm-hmm. And then when you fight someone, you have a board that has squares on it, and you throw all these little bullet pieces on, like however many you're shooting, you just throw it onto this board and you try to get them within those squares to actually make a hit. Like it's a dexterity element to a kind of a Euro game. Mm. Or if you're trying to heal yourself,
that's interesting.
You have little hearts and you're throwing those on there and trying to get those in the things. It's an absolute gimmick.
I have to see it.
Yeah.
Absolute gimmick. Yeah.
Oh, you know one I didn't even think about is Dungeon Fighter.
I wrote that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't just say it because it's kind of dexterity though. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, but I love that one. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
No one said Pie Face?
Pie Face? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. No.
Hit the button.
Pie Face Showdown.
Yeah, that's both people are doing it.
Yeah,
right?
you're trying to put the
It's going back.
It's got the meter.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
And the only other one I had on this is Dimension.
Oh yeah,
I thought of that one too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But again, dexterity.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of thought in that one.
Yeah.
There is.
I mean, it's not just dexterity.
But the gimmick is not a lot of dexterity games actually have like marbles or balls or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, but
also anyway. Looney Quest is good.
Oh, the drawing game or whatever.
Yeah.
I had Doodle Quest, which is
kind of
the same thing.
Kid version, I think. Or
yeah.
Well, cool. Anything else to add, or are we done?
We can go on forever.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, I think it's about time we wrap up this episode. We want to thank you again for tuning into episode 83 of the MeepleCore Podcast. This episode was recorded on September 19th, 2019. Please send us your questions and comments at MeepleCore@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube at MeepleCore. And until next time, this is Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple.
Matt RoBear.
Eric Ledford.
George Breden.
Keep on rocking and rolling dice.